Chapter 2721. It's over, the boss has gone crazy again. Who dares to touch my bird? Rolling dark clouds flew in from afar, accompanied by roars that echoed between heaven and earth. The sound continued for a long time. Lin Moyu looked into the distance and saw lightning snakes flying in the dark clouds, revealing a huge thunder eagle. Ji Yu Qingshan's crisp voice rang in his ears, "This is also a bird." Lin Moyu nodded gently, "Yes, it's also a bird." A bird saying, "Who dares to touch my bird?" sounded strange. The thunder eagle seemed to have heard what the two said and roared, "I am a dragon eagle, not an ordinary bird." He was obviously very angry, and thunder fell from the sky. The thunder was so powerful that the spirits of the hell area were annihilated in the lightning. Guangya screamed, "You are dead. Dare to insult Boss Chen, and you will die." Its cry stopped abruptly as Daozen treading wind suddenly grabbed it and rushed straight towards the thunder. Lin Moyu sneered, "Even if someone has to die, you will die first." Guangya screamed in fear, "Boss, save me, save me." Lin Moyu showed no mercy and directly used Guangya as a shield. "If you want to kill me, kill him first." The thunder stopped abruptly, and the dragon eagle circled in the air with great anger, "Let him go, and I will leave you all." Lin Moyu looked at it with a smile, "Are you the boss of this area?" Although the spirit beasts in the wilderness of Dongzhou do not have a strong sense of territory, every large area has a controller. The dragon eagle in front of him had reached the 6th realm of Daozen, and Guangya called it the boss. It was very likely the controller of this area. The dragon eagle roared, "You are just a heavenly venerable. Are you worthy of knowing my identity?" Lin Moyu frowned slightly, "You have a bad temper. Can you please speak nicely?" The dragon eagle shouted, "You are not qualified to talk to me." In the origin continent, the strong are respected, and spirit beasts believe this even more. In its eyes, Lin Moyu, a human heavenly venerable, had no right to talk to it. Not to mention Lin Moyu, even the Taoist Venerable Taifeng, who is in the 4th realm of Daozen, was not qualified to talk in its eyes. If Guangya was not in the hands of the other party, it would have killed them with thousands of thunders. Ji Yu Qingshan was a little worried, "What should we do?" Lin Moyu's thoughts were like lightning, and a consciousness came out. Taoist Venerable Taifeng immediately came back and handed Guangya to Lin Moyu. The power of Guangya was sealed by Taoist Venerable Taifeng, and it had no power to resist. Lin Moyu held Guangya, "Speak to you like this." The dragon eagle stopped in midair, staring at Lin Moyu with a pair of huge eyes, "You humans are all so despicable." Lin Moyu shook his head slightly, "No way. If you are willing to talk nicely, I wouldn't resort to such desperate measures. And you have to understand clearly, it was it that stole my things, and I caught it. I didn't kill it, which was already considered mercy. I ask you, if someone stole your things, would you kill that robber?" Lin Moyu's words made the dragon eagle speechless for a while. Needless to say, if someone really dared to steal its things, it would definitely kill the thief with its temper. It knew very well what Guangya was like. It seemed that it really stole something and then was caught up by someone. Robbed and caught up, and begged for mercy. It's really shameful. The dragon eagle cursed in its heart, really wanting to leave, as it couldn't afford this shame. After a moment of silence, the dragon eagle's attitude softened a bit, "If you let it go, I'll pretend this never happened." From its words, Lin Moyu analyzed that the dragon eagle actually still cared about Guangya. At the same time, the dragon eagle was not completely unreasonable. No matter what the reason, it seemed they could sit down and talk. Lin Moyu still shook his head and said, "It's impossible to let it go like this. If you steal my things, you have to pay the price." The dragon eagle roared again, "Don't go too far. I'm willing to let you go, which is already giving you face." Lin Moyu snapped his fingers, and the space around him twisted. The giant sword Daozen appeared beside him. The breath of the 6th realm of Daozen rushed straight into the sky, putting him on equal terms with the dragon eagle. The dragon eagle's eyes suddenly became sharp. The powerful Daozen of the human race was enough to be on par with it. Lin Moyu said, "I don't need you to give me face." The dragon eagle stared at the giant sword Daozen beside Lin Moyu, then looked at Lin Moyu, with a complex look in its huge eyes. It didn't expect that Lin Moyu had the support of a 6th realm Daozen. No wonder he dared to challenge it. The dragon eagle said in a low voice, "What do you want to do?" Lin Moyu said, "Your bird stole my things, so it must be punished. I want it to become my friend's spiritual pet. What do you think?" The dragon eagle roared fiercely, absolutely impossible. Lin Moyu smiled and said, don't rush to refuse. There is a saying in our human race that there is no deal that cannot be negotiated, only on suitable prices. As long as the benefits are sufficient, nothing cannot be traded. Of course, there are some things that cannot be traded, but my conditions should be included in this list. And I said, I just want Guangya to become a spiritual pet, not to kill it, nor will I imprison it. On this basis, you can also put forward any conditions. I can also pay some price. The dragon eagle snorted coldly, Guangya is my subordinate. I can't sell myself for the benefit. Before it finished speaking, Lin Moyu interrupted it, your soul seems to be injured, right? The dragon eagle was stunned and responded instinctively, how do you know? The next second, its breath rose violently, as if it was completely out of control, and it roared wildly, how do you know? Tell me, how do you know? What else do you know? What else do you know? I'm going to kill you, kill you. The dragon eagle looked like a madman, extremely crazy, and countless thunders fell towards Lin Moyu. At this moment, it completely forgot that Guangya was in Lin Moyu's hands, and its action might put Guangya to death. Guangya shivered, it's over, the boss has gone crazy again. Lin Moyu didn't know how strong a crazy Daozan of the 6th realm could be. He had never seen a Daozan of the 6th realm fighting with all his strength. At that time, the giant sword Daozan and Zhao Dongsheng were both in the most sublimated state, much weaker than their heyday. But the dragon eagle in front of him, although its soul was injured and it looked crazy, did not affect its fighting power. The wind-stepping Daozan took a half-step back and returned to Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu ordered him to protect Ji Yu Qingshan. The giant sword Daozan shouted lightly, his 2 fingers turned into swords, and the great Dao of sword emerged, turning into a sharp sword to cut off the thunder. The thunder exploded, and the mountains and forests within a radius of thousands of miles suffered a great disaster. The land was red for thousands of miles, and countless lives died. The dragon eagle became more crazy, screaming non-stop, and dropping more thunder. The area within a radius of thousands of miles turned into a sea of thunder, full of burnt kings. The giant sword Daozan resisted the thunder with the power of the great Dao and supported a space in the sea of thunder. Lin Moyu murmured to himself, it seems that this guy has been greatly affected. He had already understood that the fundamental reason why the dragon eagle was so difficult to talk to and even went crazy at any time was that its soul was hurt. Chapter 2722, 2722. Chapter 2722, Kind Spiritual Beast, a wonderful one among spiritual beasts. Lin Moyu had a way to heal the soul injury. If the injury was not serious, the immortal Dao Shengli could handle it. If the injury was more severe, a spiritual flower would suffice. The effect of the spiritual flower had been confirmed on Ji Yu Hanyu, and it was completely sufficient to use it to heal a being in the 6th realm of Dao Zun. But the immediate challenge was how to calm this guy down. Calming a crazed 6th realm Dao Zun was very difficult. Lin Moyu looked at Guangya, what's wrong with your boss? Guangya trembled, I don't know. The boss used to be very good, but since he was promoted to the 6th realm, he suddenly started to go mad from time to time. When he's not crazy, he's still very good to us, even better than before. But once he goes mad, he can't control anything. Lin Moyu frowned, how long does he go mad each time? Guangya said, it's hard to say. Sometimes it's long, sometimes short. Sometimes it lasts for most of the day, sometimes just an hour. Lin Moyu asked, when he goes mad, is there no way to wake him up? Guangya shook his head, no way. Other brothers have tried before but failed and lost their lives instead. Afterwards, the boss blamed himself, but he couldn't control it. Through Guangya's description, Lin Moyu roughly understood that the soul injury was the dragon eagle's own secret, and outsiders didn't know. Perhaps it was due to some special reasons or something went wrong during its breakthrough. The soul injury made it difficult for it to control itself, causing it to go mad from time to time. At present, it seemed there was no good way except to wait for it to recover. Fortunately, the power of the giant sword Dao Zun was enough to persist in the Sea of Thunder. As long as it was not stimulated again, there would be no big problem. Lin Moyu was a little curious. The way Guangya and the dragon eagle got along was a little strange, unlike the way other spirit beasts interacted. Powerful spirit beasts usually had absolute dominance over weaker ones. In the eyes of those Dao Zun realm spirit beasts, weaker spirit beasts were just food. Tianzun realm spirit beasts were just slightly stronger food. How could there be such a way of getting along as brothers? Even if some intelligent spirit beasts learned from humans to build their own forces, in their eyes, weak spirit beasts were still just cannon fodder, not much better than food. You said it takes good care of you. Tell me what's going on. Guangya snorted and lowered his head. Why should I tell you? Lin Moyu smiled. You should not have the right to refuse. Guangya shouted, although I am afraid of death, I have the backbone to not tell you. Lin Moyu smiled, if you tell me in detail, I may have a way to cure your boss. Guangya was stunned for a moment. Impossible, you must be lying to me. Lin Moyu said, why don't you try it? Think about why I can see that your boss has a problem with his soul. Guangya was not stupid. After Lin Moyu's reminder, it seemed to make sense. Guangya thought about it and finally told the story about the dragon eagle. When the dragon eagle first came here, it was just an ordinary beast, not even a spiritual beast. In this land, beasts are the lowest level of existence, and any spiritual beast can eat wild beasts. Even a rabbit in the super god realm can easily kill a tiger that is not a spiritual beast. In this world, species are no longer important. What is important is realm and strength. Among ordinary wild animals, only 1 in 10,000 can survive and evolve into a spiritual beast. The dragon eagle became one of the lucky ones, but the reason it survived was that it met a kind spiritual beast. The spiritual beast was a thunder eagle with the cultivation of the third realm of Daozun. It took in the dragon eagle and provided it with a lot of natural treasures. The dragon eagle successfully evolved and became a spiritual beast. The area where it lived was called the Thunder Eagle tribe. The Thunder Eagle of the third realm of Daozun protected all the spiritual beasts in the area. The spiritual beasts in the Thunder Eagle tribe lived in peace and were very integrated. They even called each other brothers, which was completely different from the spiritual beasts in other areas. The dragon eagle grew up in that environment and became stronger and stronger. Its growth rate was amazing. It had reached the Daozun realm in just 10,000 years. Many spiritual beasts older than it did not even reach the Tianzun realm. However, the dragon eagle was taught by the old thunder eagle since it was a child. After reaching the Daozun realm, its spiritual wisdom suddenly opened up. After its intelligence was awakened, it remained the same as before, living in harmony with other spirit beasts. Later, the old thunder eagle left for something and never came back. The dragon eagle became the strongest member of the tribe, and the world of spirit beasts was not peaceful. Other spirit beasts kept coming to compete for territory and plunder food. The dragon eagle inherited the position of the old thunder eagle and protected the spirit beasts in the tribe. It became more and more powerful, and fewer spirit beasts dared to challenge it. But later, for some reason, it suddenly lost its self-control and went mad from time to time. Guangya said, in fact, we are all very anxious, but we have no choice. If you can really heal the boss's injury, then I will agree to be her spirit pet. Lin Moyu smiled and said, I didn't expect that I could meet such a kind spirit beast. It seems that if I can help, I really have to help. Since Guangya spoke up, Lin Moyu felt that this deal could be done. Calculating the distance, the Thunder Eagle tribe was about 200,000 kilometers away from his own Yudao city. They were barely neighbors, and neighbors should naturally live in harmony. For various reasons, the Dragon Eagle was worth saving. After 3 hours, the thunder finally weakened, and the Dragon Eagle gradually regained its composure. Lin Moyu smiled and said, calm down. The Dragon Eagle's eyes were cold. After a period of madness, it temporarily regained its self-control. According to Guangya, every time the Dragon Eagle went mad, it would have a period of self-control. During this period, it would not go mad again. The Dragon Eagle's voice was cold. How did you know I was injured? Lin Moyu smiled and said, if I said I saw it, would you believe it? As he said that, he waved a ball of life force. The pure life force turned into a white light ball, exuding vitality. You should be able to see that this vitality will not harm you. Try to absorb it and see if it can help your injury. As a spirit beast of the 6th realm of Daozun, the Dragon Eagle had a strong sense of danger and could fully sense that this ball of light full of vitality would not harm it. The Dragon Eagle said with a little pride, with your cultivation, it is impossible to hurt me. It opened its mouth and sucked, immediately absorbing the ball of light filled with vitality. Hey, the Dragon Eagle exclaimed softly. The wonder of the vitality exceeded its imagination. The vitality was not ordinary. Ordinary vitality does not have much effect on the soul. But this vitality had a good healing effect on the soul. The dragon eagle sent the vitality into its soul and felt as if its soul was bathing in a hot spring, letting out a comfortable roar. Chapter 2723, 2723. Chapter 2723, What kind of tigers are we? We are just cats at most. The dragonhawk comfortably enjoyed the soothing sensation brought by the power of life. Lin Muyu used the eye of the undead to observe its soul and found that it had indeed recovered somewhat. However, Lin Muyu's brows furrowed slightly. A red line appeared in the dragonhawk's soul. This red line was very inconspicuous but exuded a cursed power. While the power of life was healing the soul, this red line reduced the healing effect by at least half. Someone has cursed the dragonhawk. Lin Muyu looked at the red line and felt a sense of familiarity, as if he had seen it somewhere before. The dragonhawk sighed, "It's been a long time since I felt this comfortable." "Kid, do you have more? Give me some more." Lin Muyu replied, "Of course, but I want to continue discussing our deal." The dragonhawk refused without hesitation, "I won't betray my brothers. Besides that, we can talk about anything else, like what treasures you want." Lin Muyu said, "I know you won't betray your brothers, but Guangya just promised me that if I can heal your injury, it will willingly become my spiritual pet." The dragonhawk widened its eyes and looked at Guangya, "Did you really say that?" Guangya nodded, "As long as it can heal the boss's injury, becoming a spiritual pet is nothing." The dragonhawk took a deep breath, "No, I don't agree. I don't need it to heal my injury, and you don't need to become a spiritual pet." Guangya wanted to say more, but Lin Muyu waved his hand to stop it. Lin Muyu said to the dragonhawk, "Let me rephrase. I don't want a spiritual pet, I just hope Guangya can help my friend understand the great Tao. Besides that, I won't make it do anything else. And we are neighbors. I live in Yudao City over there, and we will be interacting for a long time. As neighbors, shouldn't we help each other?" Lin Muyu's words made the dragonhawk fall silent. It had to be said that Lin Muyu's words were very tempting. He didn't need Guangya to become a spiritual pet, just to help understand the great Tao, which was Guangya's talent and wouldn't harm it. Moreover, it was really concerned about its soul injury. It just didn't want to harm its brothers and sisters in the tribe for its own sake. It was still hesitant, not knowing if Lin Muyu was deceiving it or had other intentions. All of the dragonhawk's expressions were seen by Lin Muyu. He slightly raised the corner of his mouth, revealing an indescribable smile. The dragonhawk's current reaction was all within his expectations. "You definitely won't believe all my words, which is normal. How about this, to show my sincerity, I will first release Guangya and then heal your injury. As a neighbor, I will heal your injury, and whether Guangya is willing to help me is up to you." As he spoke, he opened his palm, and Guangya immediately regained its freedom, transforming into a stream of light and flying to the dragonhawk's side. The dragonhawk didn't expect Lin Muyu to show such great sincerity, looking very surprised. Ji Yu Qingshan had already understood Lin Muyu's intention. If force didn't work, then use softness. If inducement didn't work, then use sincerity. Just now, Guangya's words had already made Lin Muyu firmly grasp the dragonhawk's character, and Lin Muyu was fully utilizing it. Under Lin Muyu's careful design, the dragonhawk had already fallen into the trap and would find it difficult to refuse. Ji Yu Qingshan knew that Lin Muyu captured Guangya solely for herself. Guangya was actually of no use to Lin Muyu. She couldn't help but feel waves of emotion. She fully understood Lin Muyu's goodness. Her gaze unknowingly became gentle, like a spring water that could melt everything. Standing behind Lin Muyu, her change in gaze was unnoticed by him. Lin Muyu looked at the dragonhawk, "I sincerely want to be friends with you. I learned about your past from Guangya and think you are very special, different from other spiritual beasts. Maybe we can really become friends." The dragonhawk hesitated for a moment and said in a low voice, "How can I trust you?" Lin Muyu said, "Mutual trust takes time. We humans have a saying, time reveals a person's heart. At the moment, I can't make you fully trust me, but don't worry, you will understand in the future. I will first give you a token of my sincerity as the first gift of our mutual trust." A great Tao appeared above Lin Muyu's head, and a powerful source of the undying Tao rose up. Countless life forces gathered in his palm, forming a bright white light ball. Lin Muyu compressed a large amount of life force together and then pushed it to the dragonhawk. "This is my first gift. It should help stabilize your soul and prevent it from losing control. At the same time, I must tell you that your soul injury is not that simple. But I can't explain it clearly now. It should be related to some kind of curse. When you fully trust me one day, let me check it carefully. Alright, I should go back now. If you want to find me, go to Yudao City 200,000 kilometers away. It's over there, and you should be able to find it. By the way, my name is Lin Muyu. When you get there, you can find a guy called the Human Emperor, and he can contact me. As he spoke, Lin Muyu signaled Qingyuan 19 to return. The Dragonhawk watched Lin Muyu leave from a distance, its eyes flickering. After Lin Muyu left, it opened its mouth and swallowed the light ball filled with life force. After confirming there was no danger, the light ball fell into its soul world, releasing life force at a stable speed and starting to repair the soul. This feeling was very wonderful, and the Dragonhawk felt extremely comfortable, its eyes becoming a bit softer. Guangya whispered, "Boss, can we trust him?" The Dragonhawk shook its head, "It's hard to say. Human thoughts are too complicated. We need to observe more." Guangya said, "I think, whether we can trust him or not, we should at least agree to let him heal your injury first. Then we can turn against him, and they can't do anything to us." The Dragonhawk shook its head, "Either don't agree, or do what you agree to. By the way, didn't I tell you not to steal other people's things outside?" Guangya said, "But that seed was very attractive." The Dragonhawk snorted, "What's the use of being attractive? You almost lost your life. Don't steal again in the future, or you will lose your life one day." Guangya responded with an, "Oh," indicating it understood. The Dragonhawk deeply looked in the direction Lin Muyu left, then turned and left. On the way back, Lin Muyu handed the life seed to the world tree for cultivation. Ji Yu Qingshan asked, "Do you think the Dragonhawk will trust you?" Lin Muyu smiled, "Who knows, maybe it will, maybe it won't." Ji Yu Qingshan said, "You were very sincere just now." Lin Muyu said, "It was from the bottom of my heart. I didn't have any other thoughts, and everything I said was true." Ji Yu Qingshan was a bit surprised, "You really want to be neighbors with them? You know, two tigers can't live on one mountain." Lin Muyu laughed at himself, "What kind of tiger are we? At most, we are just a cat." Chapter 2724, 2724. Chapter 2724. A bird is looking for you. Another kind of life seed also revived, becoming a Dao sovereign level big tree. Its name is Qingyuan 20, the younger brother of Qingyuan 19. The two brothers always act together. Qingyuan 19's companion treasure focuses on defense and recovery, while his younger brother Qingyuan 20's companion treasure focuses on attack. With their cooperation, their combat power is unparalleled in the same realm. Unexpectedly, they both died in the Thunder Fury array this time. Previously sensing the original spiritual vein, they followed it all the way, only to lose their lives and become Lin Moyu's slaves. Returning to Yudao City, Lin Moyu did not let the Qingyuan brothers enter but made them guard outside, calling them the city guardian divine trees, but in reality they were just gatekeepers. Lin Moyu informed the human emperor about the dragon eagle. If anyone came looking for him, the human emperor would notify him immediately. After parting with Lin Moyu, Ji Yu Qingshan felt like the whole experience was a dream. In less than a day, she saw more than she had in thousands of years. Upon her return, the human emperor, without any favoritism, assigned her tasks accordingly. The human emperor would not give her special treatment just because she knew Lin Moyu. She was treated the same as everyone else. In the Yudao Tower, after chatting with the human emperor for a while, Lin Moyu silently left Yudao City. As the master of the original spiritual vein, he could teleport to any node using it. However, his control over the original spiritual vein was still weak, and he could only control a small part of it. The human emperor also benefited from the original spiritual vein. With its help, he could currently cover an area of 100,000 kilometers. Without it, his range would not exceed 10,000 kilometers. Lin Moyu teleported to the polluted end of the original spiritual vein, which occupied about one-third of the core area. Influenced by hell fragments, this part of the original spiritual vein mutated, becoming similar to the attributes of the undying Tao. For Lin Moyu, this was the most suitable place to cultivate the undying Tao. This place was less than 20,000 kilometers from Yudao City, with a mountain in between blocking the view. With a finger point, the original spiritual vein emitted a death aura. Wherever the death aura passed, vegetation withered, and nothing survived. Fortunately, the coverage of the death aura was only 1,000 kilometers. Lin Moyu stood in midair, throwing out source crystals to set up a formation. The formation's only function was to hide the aura and the situation here. Unless a Tao sovereign came in person, it could not be detected by the naked eye or sensed. Lin Moyu then set up a second formation to block intruders. Without his permission, anyone entering would be affected by the formation. However, this formation was not high level and might only block a Tao sovereign briefly. Lin Moyu did not need a strong formation for protection. Anyone forcing their way in would be seeking death. After setting up the formations, Lin Moyu waved his hand, and a courtyard appeared. He was too lazy to build a house, so he directly took one from the real world. Next, it's time to cultivate. So many things to do, it's a bit of a headache. Which one should I start with? Lin Moyu realized he had learned too much and had too little time. It would be best if he could turn 1 hour into 10. After thinking for a while, he took out a third-level original spiritual vein. He then summoned the bone hell and threw the third-level original spiritual vein into it. The bone hell roared and trembled, magma waves surged, and the first-level original spiritual vein was immediately engulfed by the magma. The third-level original spiritual vein unfolded automatically after sinking into the magma. The bone hell's aura intensified, and the hell spirits collectively roared at the sky. The infinite fusion required spiritual materials, and the bone hell needed the original spiritual vein. The world tree also needed the remnants of the original spiritual vein. The requirements of these three were high and not easy to satisfy. I wonder what level the bone hell will reach after fusing with the third-level original spiritual vein. Currently, the bone hell was at the Tao sovereign level, covering an area of 1,000 kilometers with 1 million hell spirits. The spell entered a peculiar state, with the spell star representing the bone hell still existing, but the previous explanations disappeared. Now, when communicating with the spell star, only original level spell, bone hell, could be seen. Therefore, to determine the specific level of the bone hell, Lin Moyu had to feel it himself. The bone hell was fusing with the original spiritual vein, and original power was emerging from the magma, making the bone hell seem more real. On the surface, the strength of the hell spirits did not increase, remaining at the Tao sovereign level. However, the overall strength of the bone hell increased significantly. Previously, a Tao sovereign at the 4th level could easily tear apart the bone hell, but now it would take more effort. With bad luck, even a Tao sovereign at the 4th level might be trapped and die in the bone hell. On the surface, it did not seem stronger, but it was much more powerful, with a shortcoming filled. As long as the bone hell was sturdy enough, its terrifying nature could be fully displayed. Lin Moyu examined the bone hell and noticed some changes in the nether black pool. Its rotation speed increased, and original power appeared inside, seemingly nurturing something. The gate of hell also became more real, with many patterns appearing on it, resembling but different from Tao patterns. It seems the fused original spiritual vein's level is not enough to cause a qualitative change in the bone hell. In most cases, a 4-star force would have a 3rd-level original spiritual vein. 4-star forces had Tao sovereigns, but they were rare, usually 1 or 2, and they were ordinary Tao sovereigns. The reason was the lack of strong original spiritual veins. Similarly, the bone hell, already at the Tao sovereign level, would not change much after fusing with a 3rd-level original spiritual vein. Putting away the bone hell, Lin Moyu began to comprehend the Tao. With the help of the 7th-level original spiritual vein, which was highly compatible with his Tao, his cultivation was highly efficient. His understanding of the undying Tao kept improving, but his progress in the time and space Tao lagged significantly. Cultivating 3 Taos simultaneously was naturally slower. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry and proceeded step by step. Whenever the lunar original appeared, he would cultivate and comprehend the Tao, as the efficiency was highest during this time, several times higher than usual. When the solar original controlled the Earth, he would study formations. He tried to set up the formation he had learned from the Hurricane warship. After some research, he found that the formation was at least 7th level, beyond his current ability to set up. Lin Moyu was not discouraged and began studying 6th-level formations. Step by step, he progressed. 30 days later, the human emperor interrupted Lin Moyu. Lord of the realm, a bird is looking for you. Chapter 2725, 2725. Chapter 2725 The Weird Spiritual Beast Tribe. Title: Universal Job Change. Necromancer. I am the Scourge. Genre: Urban Romance, Urban Supernatural. Update time: the 18th of July 2024 *. Lin Moyu woke up from his cultivation and murmured to himself, "Finally, it seems they are still very cautious, arriving later than I expected." Lin Moyu had long known that the Dragon Eagle would come, whether personally or by sending someone. He just couldn't predict the exact time, but it wouldn't be more than 30 days. The life force given by it could only last for 30 days. 30 days were not enough to heal the Dragon Eagle's injuries completely, but it could at least ensure it wouldn't go mad within that period, and its soul injuries would surely heal. This self-controlled state was definitely what it wanted. So, unless it was foolish, it would definitely come to find him within 30 days. Lin Moyu teleported back to Yudao City through the original spiritual vein and saw a large bird at the Heaven Sovereign level circling outside the city. Lin Moyu had informed the Human Emperor beforehand, so the Human Emperor let it in. Many people in Yudao City saw this peculiar bird and looked at it with curiosity. However, since the Human Emperor didn't say anything, they didn't react either. In just 30 days, Yudao City had already gotten on track, with everyone performing their duties and busy with their tasks. Compared to 30 days ago, Yudao City had become more refined, with many places being repolished and adorned with unique patterns of the Great World. They had also opened up fields outside the city, where people skilled in planting spiritual plants had begun their cultivation. Lin Moyu had once bought some seeds of spiritual plants, which were now put to use. Additionally, some people started raising spiritual beasts. There were still many spiritual beasts in the nearby mountains and forests. The Human Emperor selected some spiritual beasts that hadn't even reached the super divine realm for rearing. Once grown, these spiritual beasts could become spiritual pets. For a faction, spiritual pets were also an important part, as powerful spiritual beasts could provide considerable combat power. Under the control of the Human Emperor, Yudao City was rapidly developing. At the same time, the Human Emperor had already begun preparing for the third batch of people to come out. This batch also numbered 1,000, and even Lin Moyu didn't know the specific selection criteria, as everything was managed by the Human Emperor. Not to mention the selection, even the teleportation array had been handed over to the Human Emperor, making Lin Moyu a true hands-off manager. Lin Moyu flew to the large bird. "Did the Dragon Eagle send you?" The bird replied, "Yes, the Elder asked me to bring you over." Lin Moyu nodded, "Then let's go." The large bird's body expanded, transforming into a giant bird over 10 meters long with a wingspan exceeding 20 meters. The giant bird called out, "Get on, I'll take you there." Lin Moyu didn't hesitate and landed directly on its back. The giant bird controlled the wind and shot forward. Standing on the wide back of the giant bird, Lin Moyu was shielded from the incoming wind by an invisible force. The giant bird could manipulate the power of the wind, similar to the Wind Dao understood by the Wind Dao Sovereign. Lin Moyu was curious, "Why are you willing to let me stand on your back?" The giant bird replied, "The Elder told us to be polite to you." "I see," Lin Moyu smiled. "Recently, the Dragon Eagle hasn't gone mad again, right?" The giant bird honestly replied, "No, the Elder has been very well lately. Guangya said it's all thanks to you, for making the Elder not go mad anymore." Lin Moyu smiled, "It's good to have it under control." The giant bird asked, "Do you have a way to heal the Elder's injuries?" Lin Moyu replied, "I can't guarantee it, but if the Dragon Eagle cooperates, there should be a good chance. The specifics I'll discuss with it, and it will have to decide for itself." The giant bird said, "If you can heal the Elder, we will all be grateful to you." Lin Moyu smiled, "We are neighbors, it's natural to help each other." From the simple conversation, Lin Moyu could tell that this giant bird was an honest fellow. Coupled with the stories Guangya had told before, it seemed that the spiritual beasts in the Dragon Eagle tribe were quite easy to get along with. However, he would have to see for himself when he arrived at the tribe. The Dragon Eagle was cautious, and Lin Moyu was no less so. The giant bird flapped its wings, and the mountains and rivers passed by. Gradually, a huge valley appeared in sight. This valley was special from a distance. It looked like a large mountain had been hollowed out, forming a not very deep valley. It could be called a valley or a hollow. In the eye of the undead, Lin Moyu saw tens of thousands of soul flames. Judging by the soul flames, there were 4 Dao Sovereign level spiritual beasts and hundreds of Heaven Sovereign level spiritual beasts in the tribe. The strongest soul flame belonged to the Dragon Eagle, which was much more complete than 30 days ago, thanks to the life force. However, Lin Moyu knew that without further treatment, the Dragon Eagle's soul would continue to be damaged over time. The life force was just a temporary fix, not a permanent cure. The root cause of the dragon eagle's soul injury had not been eliminated. Lin Moyu believed that the spiritual flower could heal the dragon eagle's injuries, but before that, he wanted to talk to the dragon eagle. The giant bird carried Lin Moyu into the valley, and instantly, countless spiritual beasts flew out. Most of them were bird-type spiritual beasts, accounting for 70% of all spiritual beasts. They circled in the air, curiously watching Lin Moyu. On the ground, among the trees, many other spiritual beasts also cast their gazes. Being stared at by tens of thousands of eyes of various sizes, Lin Moyu remained calm. It seems they all know me. The giant bird said, there are no secrets in our tribe. Lin Moyu smiled, I should say, Guangya's mouth is a bit big. The giant bird hummed, pretty much. Lin Moyu didn't need to guess, it must have been Guangya who spread the word. These gazes had no hostility, but rather a hint of gratitude. These spiritual beasts are very pure. Lin Moyu felt the sincerity in these gazes, a sincerity that was rare among humans. They were truly grateful to him. Countless spiritual beasts formed a path, welcoming Lin Moyu as if he were a distinguished guest. Perhaps in the hearts of these spiritual beasts, anyone who could heal the dragon eagle was a good person. Such a spiritual beast tribe was extremely rare on the origin continent, almost an anomaly. The giant bird brought Lin Moyu into the valley and to the dragon eagle. As the tribe leader, the dragon eagle occupied the highest and most prominent position in the valley. Below it were 4 Dao sovereign-level spiritual beasts. 3 were bird-type spiritual beasts, and the other was a flood dragon. They scrutinized Lin Moyu but did not act without the dragon eagle's command, clearly showing the dragon eagle's high status in the tribe. Lin Moyu dismounted from the giant bird and approached the dragon eagle, you look much better. The dragon eagle replied in a low voice, not fully healed yet. Its voice was steady, completely different from its crazed state before. When it received Guangya's distress signal, it was already gradually losing control, eventually going completely mad. Now it was different, they could communicate properly. Lin Moyu smiled, you didn't just call me here to heal your injuries, did you? Chapter 2726, 2726. Chapter 2726, you believe in me, but I don't believe in you. Lin Moyu looked at the dragon eagle. Although they had known each other for a short time, Lin Moyu had already gained some understanding of the dragon eagle. This guy wouldn't accept favors for no reason. Even if Lin Moyu was willing to heal it as a neighbor, the dragon eagle wouldn't accept it for free, it would definitely repay him. So, Lin Moyu was sure that the dragon eagle called him over today not just for healing but for something else as well. The dragon eagle's gaze was somewhat complicated, thank you for healing me. Recently, I've enjoyed a long-lost peace. If you are willing to continue healing me, I can promise you that Guangya will help you with your cultivation. However, this was not the result Lin Moyu wanted. If he really did as the dragon eagle said, then their relationship would become a transaction. Lin Moyu now wanted to become friends with the dragon eagle. He had mentioned this before with a smile. Lin Moyu shook his head, I said, as your neighbor, I am willing to become friends with you, so helping you heal is not a transaction. As for whether Guangya will help my friends with their cultivation after you're healed, I respect Guangya's wishes. I won't use your injury to gain benefits. Lin Moyu was very sincere, and his words moved the dragon eagle. It seemed to believe Lin Moyu's words. After taking a deep breath, it said, all right, let's talk about this later. Please help me heal first. Lin Moyu said, as I mentioned before, your injury is not as simple as it seems. To truly heal it, I need your absolute trust. The dragon eagle asked, what do you need me to do? Lin Moyu replied, I need to enter your soul world and see your soul body with my own eyes. As soon as he said this, the 4 Dao sovereigns below simultaneously turned pale. Their eyes became sharp and filled with vigilance. The dragon eagle's breathing also became noticeably heavier. Allowing someone to enter one's soul world was no small matter. Opening the soul world was extremely dangerous. If Lin Moyu had any malicious intentions, it would be disastrous. Lin Moyu said, of course, I know you won't easily trust me. It's okay, I can continue providing you with the light orbs to maintain your current state. But this is only a temporary solution, not a permanent cure. And as long as your soul injury is not healed, your realm will never break through. Lin Moyu was telling the truth, and he knew the dragon eagle understood this as well. The dragon eagle fell into deep thought. This was a difficult decision, and no one else could make the decision for it. It had to decide for itself. Lin Moyu continued, to be honest, I also have some selfish reasons for healing you. Your injury is very strange, something I've never seen before. It should be related to a curse, but it's not an ordinary curse. So, I want to see it with my own eyes and study it. The Dragon Eagle thought for a long time before finally making a decision. All right, I'll let you in. The 4 Dao sovereigns simultaneously looked over, as if asking the Dragon Eagle if it was really sure about this. Lin Moyu's expression was serious. Let me confirm again, are you really willing to trust me? The Dragon Eagle replied, yes, I choose to trust you. Lin Moyu smiled sincerely, you won't regret it. As he spoke, he snapped his fingers, and the space around him distorted. Zhao Dongsheng and the Great Sword Dao Sovereign appeared beside him. The aura of 2 Dao Sovereign 6 realms spread out, causing the fur of the spiritual beasts to stand on end in extreme vigilance. Lin Moyu looked at them, don't worry, these are my subordinates. I brought them out to prevent any disturbances. He then turned to the Dragon Eagle, sorry, if you mind, we can pretend this never happened. The Dragon Eagle chose to trust Lin Moyu, but Lin Moyu didn't fully trust these spiritual beasts. After all, he was just one person, while the spiritual beasts were a group. The Dragon Eagle understood Lin Moyu's thoughts and shook its head, I am the one asking for your help. It's only right for you to take precautions. The appearance of 2 Dao Sovereign 6 Realms experts made the Dragon Eagle trust Lin Moyu even more. If Lin Moyu had any bad intentions, their strength would be enough to wipe out the Dragon Eagle's tribe. And did Lin Moyu really only have this much strength? Not necessarily. The aura around the Dragon Eagle changed, and a faint light appeared on its forehead, like a portal. Lin Moyu's mind moved, and his soul power extended, entering the Dragon Eagle's soul world through the portal on its forehead. In the Dragon Eagle's soul world, large thunderclouds rolled, and the soul world was a sea of thunder. Electric snakes danced in the thunderclouds, and lightning constantly flashed, but strangely, there was no sound. The entire soul world was exceptionally quiet. This showed that the Dragon Eagle was actually very peaceful by nature. The Dragon Eagle's soul floated in the center of the thunderclouds. The soul of a Dao Sovereign 6 realm was almost tangible, with a purple soul flame burning within it. The soul was a smaller version of the Dragon Eagle, and the part of its soul corresponding to its right wing was different from the rest, appearing somewhat weak. Lin Moyu knew that this was where its soul was injured. The Dragon Eagle's soul emitted a low voice, go ahead. Lin Moyu approached its soul and carefully examined the injured part but found nothing. After thinking for a moment, he said, can you activate your soul power? All right. The Dragon Eagle immediately activated its soul power. The silence was broken, and thunder exploded in the soul world. Countless bolts of lightning erupted. At this moment, Lin Moyu finally discovered a hidden red line at the injured part of the soul. The red line emitted a faint curse power, which was so weak and mixed with the Dragon Eagle's soul power that even the Dragon Eagle itself couldn't detect it. With his extremely keen senses, Lin Moyu noticed something. His soul power transformed into a fine needle and approached the red line, while he softly said, don't resist. The Dragon Eagle truly trusted Lin Moyu unconditionally, allowing him to touch its soul body without any resistance or defense. If Lin Moyu had any malicious intent, it would be disastrous. With the Dragon Eagle's full cooperation, Lin Moyu's soul power, in the form of a fine needle, lightly touched the curse red line. Boom! Lin Moyu's soul trembled violently. The curse red line released terrifying curse power, which traveled along Lin Moyu's soul needle and instantly reached his soul. Lin Moyu's soul body ignited with red flames and was burned to ashes. The Dragon Eagle was stunned. Only then did it realize that there was such a terrifying entity within it. Chapter 2727, 2727. Chapter 2727, Supreme Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha. The Dragon Eagle was shocked by what was inside its body and suddenly remembered that Lin Moyu's soul body seemed to have been burned to ashes. Although it knew that this was just an avatar of Lin Moyu's soul, the loss of an avatar would still harm the soul. Are you okay? The Dragon Eagle shouted loudly. After the red flames burned Lin Moyu's soul avatar to death, they disappeared in the blink of an eye. I'm fine, another Lin Moyu appeared. It's just an avatar of the soul. Even if 1 or 2, or even 100, are burned to death, it's fine. Lin Moyu asked, now that you have seen what's inside your soul, can you recall how you got injured at that time? If you can't figure it out, just tell me the whole process, and I'll analyze it. The dragon eagle's thinking was relatively simple, and it might not be able to analyze anything. If it could analyze something, it would have known long ago. The dragon eagle said, I was injured suddenly while breaking through the 6th realm of the Tao Sovereign. As for how I got injured, I don't know. Lin Moyu said, before that, I mean from the 3rd realm to the 6th realm of the Tao Sovereign, did anything happen? For example, did you have any conflicts with anyone? This Tao ancestor's curse had already penetrated deeply into the dragon eagle's soul and could be said to be integrated with it, forming over time. It might have been cursed a long time ago, but it didn't know it. The dragon eagle said, since the old leader left, some spirit beasts did come to provoke us, but I chased them away. At that time, it wasn't just spirit beasts, some human cultivators also came, trying to capture our entire tribe, but they didn't succeed. After I reached the 3rd realm of the Tao Sovereign, the provocations decreased significantly. Especially after I became the 4th realm of the Tao Sovereign, almost no one came to provoke us. Right, there was a guy who claimed to be the 6-wheel ancient Buddha of the Western Buddhist clan, wanting me to become his subordinate. We fought, but his strength wasn't strong, and I drove him away. Before leaving, he said I would regret it and that he would come back. Lin Moyu frowned and muttered to himself, 6-wheel ancient Buddha. The Buddhist clan claimed to have their own cultivation system, with each realm's name different from the ordinary ones. They didn't have distinctions like Heavenly Sovereign or Tao Sovereign, only titles like Heavenly Buddha, Ancient Buddha, and Ancient Buddha. In Lin Moyu's view, these titles were just different names for the same thing. The Buddhist clan was just deceiving themselves. The 6-wheel ancient Buddha was equivalent to the 6th realm of the Tao Sovereign. Compared to the 4th realm of the Tao Sovereign, the dragon eagle was not limited. However, the 6-wheel ancient Buddha's combat power was not strong, and he couldn't defeat the dragon eagle, who was only in the 4th realm of the Tao Sovereign. That was nothing, but his parting words were intriguing. He said the dragon eagle would regret it and that he would come back. Lin Moyu guessed that the problem was likely with him, and the curse on the dragon eagle was probably related to him. Lin Moyu continued to ask, do you know that guy's name? The dragon eagle said, he called himself the Supreme Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha. The titles in the Buddhist clan were not randomly chosen, each had its own meaning. The term, supreme, could be ignored as it was just a sign of the Buddhist clan's arrogance. Lunar, could be understood as his cultivation path belonging to the lunar system. Earth Treasury, in the Buddhist language had the meaning of hell, which also implied fear, evil, and curses. From this name alone, Lin Moyu was almost certain that this 6-wheel ancient Buddha was behind it. The Buddhist clan had many strange secret techniques. With the strength of the 6-wheel ancient Buddha, he might not be strong in direct combat, but he could definitely do something underhanded. If it was really his doing, this curse would be extremely sinister. It hid in the soul body, growing with the dragon eagle, and only truly manifested after the dragon eagle reached the 6th realm. By then, it was too late for the dragon eagle. The curse had penetrated deep into the soul and was difficult to remove. Lin Moyu explained his analysis to the dragon eagle, who realized the seriousness of the situation. No wonder he said he would come back. He was waiting for the curse to take effect and then come to subdue me. But if he thinks this will make me submit, he's dreaming. Lin Moyu shook his head, it's not that simple. He probably has other means to control the curse, such as making you go mad again, lose your mind, or suffer unbearable pain. The dragon eagle's expression became extremely ugly. Lin Moyu continued, I think he has already sensed that the curse has taken effect and may be on his way here. Lin Moyu laid out the worst possible scenario, regardless of how the dragon eagle felt. He just wanted to tell the dragon eagle the truth. The dragon eagle's aura became increasingly low. Do you have a way? Lin Moyu said decisively, yes, but you might suffer a bit. The pain on the soul level is hard to endure. The dragon eagle asked, how confident are you? 9 out of 10, Lin Moyu didn't claim full confidence, although he was fully confident. Saying 9 out of 10 made it more believable. Claiming full confidence might be hard to believe. The dragon eagle didn't think much and said solemnly, all right, I believe you. Lin Moyu said. The dragon eagle nodded, a little pain is nothing compared to being controlled. I am the dragon eagle, the sky and thunder are my world. How could I be someone's mount? At this moment, the dragon eagle showed its crazy side, not the madness of losing reason, but the true madness from the depths of its soul. Lin Moyu smiled, "Thank you for your trust. I won't let you down." More soul power poured in, and a sharp sword appeared in Lin Moyu's hand. This sword was a soul treasure of the first realm of the Tao Sovereign, not very strong. If the Dragon Eagle was on guard, it wouldn't hurt its soul. But if the Dragon Eagle didn't resist, it could harm its soul. The Dragon Eagle let down all its defenses, and Lin Moyu didn't hesitate, cutting down with the sword. In the sword light, the Dragon Eagle's soul body had its left wing severed. The soul's incompleteness brought unimaginable pain, and the Dragon Eagle let out unprecedented screams. Not only in the soul world, but in the real world, the Dragon Eagle also screamed incessantly. Outside the valley, countless thunders fell, and the Dragon Eagle's aura became extremely unstable, fluctuating between strong and weak. The entire valley fell into chaos, and several Tao Sovereign spirit beasts looked up suddenly. Zhao Dongsheng and the giant sword Tao Sovereign guarded the place, making it impossible for them to approach, leaving them anxious. At this point, they had no choice but to trust Lin Moyu. In the soul world, the Dragon Eagle's screams continued. Lin Moyu sent a soul flower into the Dragon Eagle's soul, and the flower bloomed, healing the Dragon Eagle's soul. Chapter 2728, 2728. Chapter 2728 The Spirit Beasts of the Eastern Continent. The spirit flower bloomed, enveloping the Dragon Eagle's soul. Even after Lin Moyu had cut off a part of its soul, the Dragon Eagle still chose to trust him. This trust came from an unknown source, and Lin Moyu was slightly moved. If his sword had struck a bit off earlier, it could have been disastrous. "Since you trust me so much, I can't let you down. Six-wheel ancient Buddha of the Lunar Earth Treasury, it seems your plan will fail. However, your curse still has some value, it won't be wasted." Lin Moyu waved a strand of life force, stabilizing the severed soul fragment. The fragment contained the curse and still had great potential for use. Lin Moyu quietly watched the spirit flower, clearly feeling the Dragon Eagle's soul rapidly recovering. The spirit flower possessed an unimaginably miraculous power, able to heal almost all injuries. Currently, it seemed to have no effect only on injuries from the Great Tao, like those of the Heavenly Tao Cultivator. When the world tree grows a bit more and the spirit flower's level increases, even injuries from the Great Tao could be healed. Using it now to heal the Dragon Eagle's soul was no problem at all. If one flower wasn't enough, more could be added. After the Dragon Eagle's soul entered the spirit flower, the entire soul world quieted down. In the outside world, the Dragon Eagle's aura quickly stabilized, no longer fluctuating between strong and weak. The thunder that had enveloped the entire valley dissipated, as if nothing had happened. The light of the sun's origin poured down from the sky, bright, dazzling, and full of warmth. A day later, the spirit flower's power was exhausted, and the Dragon Eagle's soul had recovered 99%. Lin Moyu sent over a large mass of life force to complete the final step. Wrapped in life force, the soul gradually awakened. The Dragon Eagle felt as if reborn, experiencing an indescribable lightness. It knew its soul had fully recovered. Lin Moyu's voice sounded in its ear, "Try channeling your soul power again, see if there's any discomfort." The Dragon Eagle instinctively channeled its soul power. The soul world shook again, roaring incessantly. Its soul shone brightly, clad in thunder armor. Lin Moyu observed carefully, confirming the curse had completely left the soul body. "All right, it's been thoroughly eradicated." The Dragon Eagle withdrew its soul power, somewhat excited. "Thank you." Lin Moyu smiled, "We're neighbors and friends. Helping each other is natural, no need to be so formal. Moreover, I want to thank you for your trust. If you hadn't trusted me enough, I wouldn't have been able to cure you. So, the one you should really thank is yourself." The Dragon Eagle looked at the severed soul fragment nearby. "What's the use in keeping that thing?" Lin Moyu said, "Of course it's useful. If it's gone, do you think that six-wheel ancient Buddha won't come?" The Dragon Eagle's eyes narrowed slightly, understanding Lin Moyu's meaning. This was an opportunity for revenge. Back then, it had been able to drive the opponent away with its fourth realm Tao Sovereign strength. Now that it had reached the sixth realm of Tao Sovereign, killing the opponent shouldn't be difficult. The Dragon Eagle said coldly, "If he dares to come, I'll make sure he never leaves, turning him to dust." Lin Moyu said, "Don't turn him to dust. If he comes and you kill him, leave a piece of his remains for me." The Dragon Eagle didn't ask why Lin Moyu wanted the remains, simply agreeing, "All right, no problem. As long as he dares to come, he's dead for sure." Lin Moyu said, "Don't worry, he'll definitely come. It's just a matter of time." Leaving the Dragon Eagle's soul world, Lin Moyu's consciousness returned to his body, simultaneously withdrawing Zhao Dongsheng and the giant sword Dao Sovereign. The Dragon Eagle slowly opened its eyes, lightning flashing within them. It let out a long roar, and the surroundings seemed to tremble. However, this time there was no thunder, as the Dragon Eagle could now perfectly control its power. The four Dao Sovereign Realm Spirit Beasts asked in unison, "Leader, are you better now?" The Dragon Eagle laughed loudly, "Yes, I'm cured." The four Spirit Beasts immediately congratulated, "Congratulations, Leader." Their voices echoed through the valley, and soon other Spirit Beasts in the valley learned what had happened, each shouting loudly, "Congratulations, Leader! Congratulations, Boss!" Countless bird-like Spirit Beasts circled in the sky, screeching incessantly to congratulate the Dragon Eagle. The Dragon Eagle announced in a loud voice, "From now on, our tribe and Yudao City are allies. We must help each other in the future, understand?" "Understood. Yes, Boss," the Spirit Beasts shouted loudly, and Lin Moyu's lips curved slightly. This was the outcome he had hoped for. Lin Moyu smiled and asked, "Dragon Eagle, what's your real name?" Dragon Eagle was the name of the Spirit Beast species, not its actual name. The Dragon Eagle said, "My name is Li Guang. That light crow from before is called Xiaohei." Lin Moyu said, "Good. In a moment, I'll ask Xiaohei if it's willing to help my friend comprehend the Tao." Li Guang said, "No need to wait. I'll call it over now." A thought was sent out, and the next second, a beam of light shot over from the valley, appearing instantly before Li Guang. Xiaohei was excited about Li Guang's recovery, circling around it again and again. Li Guang asked, "Are you willing to go help Lin brother's friend comprehend the Tao of Speed? Don't force yourself. If you're unwilling, just say so." Xiaohei didn't refuse. "I'm willing. This is what I promised him. As long as he could cure the boss, I'm willing." Li Guang said, "Since that's the case, you'll go back with Lin brother later." Xiaohei nodded, "All right." There was obvious reluctance in its tone, but it felt it should fulfill what it had promised. Lin Moyu said, "I won't restrict your freedom. You can come back anytime you want. With your speed, it won't take long anyway. Moreover, you're doing me a favor. If you need anything, you can tell me, and I'll try my best to fulfill it." The Light Crow said, "All right, I'll let you know if I need anything." Lin Moyu asked Li Guang, "Li Guang, do you know about the situation of the Spirit Beast world in the Eastern continent?" Li Guang replied, "I know a bit. What do you want to know?" Lin Moyu took out a jade tablet and handed it to Li Guang. "I want to know everything. Please record what you know in here, and I'll look at it when I get back." Li Guang readily agreed, "All right." Two beams of light shot from its eyes into the jade tablet, recording everything it knew about the Spirit Beasts in the Eastern continent. Lin Moyu had a feeling that the Spirit Beasts in the Eastern continent were different from those in the Southern continent. In the Southern continent, Spirit Beasts were independent, each with their own territory. But in the Eastern continent, Spirit Beasts could gather together, forming groups for mutual support. Above these small groups, there should be more powerful beings ruling over these Spirit Beasts. The Dragon Eagle's tribe was just one way of existence. There must be other ways. Various races had cultivated on the Eastern continent for countless years but still couldn't gain a firm foothold. There must be deeper secrets behind this. This secret was probably known to few, even the Dao sovereigns of various forces were unclear about it. Lin Moyu had just mentioned it casually, based on his intuition. Chapter 2729, 2729. Chapter 2729. Eastern Spiritual Empire, the hidden forces in the Eastern continent. A lot of information is only held by the powerful. Moreover, these powerful beings follow certain rules and do not casually reveal this information. Even in human societies, where information is relatively transparent, much of the upper-level information remains obscure to lower-level cultivators. If this is true for humans, it is even more so for spirit beasts, many of which are still in an uncivilized state. Lin Moyu was actually asking casually. He wasn't sure if Li Guang knew. Li Guang's eyes showed a hint of complexity as he glanced at the sky. Lin Moyu understood Li Guang's intention and immediately flew into the sky. They flew past thick clouds, reaching tens of thousands of meters high, where the wind howled, endless white clouds lay below, and the sun's origin shone brightly above. The sun's origin made this space extremely hot, like a furnace. Li Guang released a large amount of lightning, enveloping both of them. Lin Moyu chuckled, "Is it necessary to be this cautious?" Li Guang said, "It is necessary, and I think it's still not enough." Lin Moyu understood something and formed an array with the essence of the sun, making their space even more isolated. Still feeling it wasn't enough, he drew numerous runes to greatly enhance the array's effect. Lin Moyu said, "This should be enough." Li Guang said, "I don't know if it's enough." Lin Moyu was curious, "Why be so cautious?" Li Guang said, "There is an extremely special spirit beast that can hear all kinds of information regardless of distance or space. Ordinary means cannot stop it." "I see." Lin Moyu laughed lightly and waved his hand, causing the space to ripple like waves. The space became chaotic, layered and interwoven. Then Lin Moyu applied the laws of time, causing slight changes in time. Lin Moyu explained, "If it can ignore space, it must be related to the laws of space. I disrupted space and time, combined with the array and your Dao Sovereign Lightning, this should be fine." Li Guang finally relaxed, "I have a reason for being so cautious. After I advanced to the fourth realm of the Dao Sovereign, an envoy from the Eastern Spiritual Empire came to find me. That was when I learned that there is an empire in the Eastern continent." Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. An empire composed of spirit beasts was something he had never heard of. He smiled slightly, "If I'm not mistaken, the Eastern Spiritual Empire must have spirit beasts that can detect who has reached the fourth realm of the Dao Sovereign." Li Guang was a bit stunned, "You are very smart. The empire has several spirit beasts with special abilities, one of which can detect this. So, shortly after I reached the fourth realm of the Dao Sovereign, they came to find me. They wanted me to join the Eastern Spiritual Empire." Lin Moyu smiled, "Did you join?" Li Guang shook his head, "I agreed. I didn't dare refuse. If I refused, I would be killed." Lin Moyu took a deep breath. According to Li Guang, all spirit beasts above the fourth realm of the Dao Sovereign in the Eastern continent had joined the Eastern Spiritual Empire. How powerful must this empire be? Even the top forces in the southern continent might not be able to compete with it. If such a powerful force existed in the Eastern continent, it was understandable why various races had difficulty developing there. This also explained the destruction of the city by the Heavenly Sword sect. Lin Moyu thought a lot, far more deeply than Li Guang. He wondered why, if the Eastern Spiritual Empire was so powerful, they didn't drive out all the other forces in the Eastern continent and make it entirely a world of spirit beasts. Obviously, they couldn't do it. The reason they couldn't do it must be due to an even more powerful force restraining them. Playing chess, Lin Moyu murmured to himself. Li Guang was puzzled, "What did you say?" Lin Moyu shook his head, "Nothing. Tell me about the situation in the Eastern Spiritual Empire." Li Guang said, "Actually, I don't know much about the Eastern Spiritual Empire. I went there once. They are very secretive and don't want others to know. I joined them, but my tribe did not. They only allow spirit beasts above the fourth realm of the Dao Sovereign to join. There are many powerful spirit beasts inside, the strongest being the Spirit Beast Emperor, who has reached the eighth realm of the Dao Sovereign. You should know that it is increasingly difficult for spirit beasts to advance. There are many in the sixth realm, but those in the seventh realm are rare, and as for the eighth realm, I've only seen one." From Li Guang's account, Lin Moyu gained some understanding of the Eastern Spiritual Empire. It is a powerful and mysterious empire, known to very few. Only the true top echelons of some forces might know about it. Even Jiyu Hanyu probably didn't know otherwise, he would have warned me. But it can't be certain. Perhaps Jiyu Hanyu has his reasons for not mentioning it. From Li Guang's cautious attitude, it was clear that the rules in the Eastern Spiritual Empire were also very strict. Under normal circumstances, Li Guang should not reveal this information. But Li Guang still said it, though very cautiously. Lin Moyu said, "Rest assured, what you told me today, I won't tell anyone." Li Guang said, "I trust you." Lin Moyu was his savior, and Li Guang trusted him unconditionally. After chatting for a while, Lin Moyu finally left. The light crow, Xiaohei, followed Lin Moyu back. Lin Moyu did not force it. Everything was voluntary. On the way back, Lin Moyu pondered Li Guang's words, combining what he knew with what Li Guang said, gradually clarifying the situation in the Eastern continent. The entire Eastern continent is like a giant chessboard, with various forces competing on it. The chessboard is divided into light and dark sides. We are the visible pieces. And the Eastern Spiritual Empire is the hidden piece. Few know about it. The visible pieces constantly fight for power while guarding against sudden attacks from the hidden pieces. This makes the situation in the Eastern continent even more complex. To win in this chess game, one needs not only great strength but also strong strategic planning. For countless years, the Eastern continent has been in chaos, and no force has been able to truly dominate. Humans, demons, dragons, and insects all failed. The reason is the existence of the hidden piece, the Eastern spiritual empire. Lin Moyu finally understood everything, including the hidden forces. It won't be long before his Yudao city joins this chess game. In fact, he is already in the game. Since that's the case, he must gain benefits from it. Lin Moyu remembered what the old man in the green robe had said: behind the chess game, there must be a player. Who is the player behind the Eastern continent? Chapter 2730, 2730. Chapter 2730 50 Years of Seclusion. Upon returning to Yudao City, Lin Moyu handed the light crow Xiaohe to Jiyu Qingshan. The human emperor had no objections to Lin Moyu's personal interests. This was Lin Moyu's privilege, and given his status, using some privileges was not unreasonable. The human emperor adhered to his own fairness while allowing for some privileges to exist. Jiyu Qingshan was extremely grateful to Lin Moyu. She knew how useful the light crow would be to her, potentially saving her a lot of time. With the light crow, she estimated it wouldn't take long for her to advance to Heavenly Sovereign. Currently, there weren't many Heavenly Sovereigns in Yudao City, so having one more would be beneficial. Lin Moyu returned to his residence and continued his cultivation methodically, comprehending arrays, perceiving the Tao, and improving his realm. After understanding the situation in the Eastern continent, Lin Moyu knew even more that strength was everything. No matter how good one's planning and strategy, without the corresponding strength to support it, it would all be in vain. In any case, one needed to become a Tao sovereign at the very least to qualify for participation. Otherwise, one wouldn't even qualify to be a chess piece. First, find a way to become a Tao sovereign. Lin Moyu set his first goal in his heart: to become a Tao sovereign. In the southern continent, in the core area of the cold water Holy Land, glaciers enveloped this world. Ancient Hanyu stood under the Tai Yin origin, cold emanating from her body, waves of intense aura spreading across half the glacier world. In the farthest reaches of the glacier world, streams of cold water formed thin lines, dripping from the sky. Vaguely, indescribably high mountains could be seen. Ancient Hanyu gazed into the distance, her gaze directed precisely towards the Eastern continent. You should have arrived by now. The chaos in the Eastern continent isn't as simple as you might think. With visible and hidden forces intertwined, building a force there won't be as easy as you imagine. With the connected branch in her possession, Ancient Hanyu could sense that Lin Moyu was safe and sound. Calculating the time, Lin Moyu should have already arrived in the Eastern continent. She knew about the situation there, especially the Eastern Spirit Empire hidden in the shadows, the true troublemaker of the Eastern continent. The Eastern continent offered opportunities but was also fraught with difficulties. Ancient Hanyu was now very conflicted. She hoped for Lin Moyu's success but also worried about his safety. She couldn't distinguish whether this concern was because Lin Moyu was her first man or due to the influence of the connected branch. Occasionally, Ancient Hanyu had the impulse to go to the Eastern continent to find Lin Moyu. However, as the current Holy Master of the Cold Water Holy Land, she couldn't leave casually. Ancient Hanyu said softly, "No matter what, I hope you can return safely, even if you fail." Ancient Hanyu closed her eyes slightly, as if making a wish. Yudao City became increasingly lively. About 100 days after Jiyu Qingshan and others came out, the human emperor sent out the third batch of people. The population of Yudao City suddenly increased to over 2,000 people, making it quite bustling. At some point, Xiaoyu and Xiaowu also arrived in Yudao City. Many in Yudao City knew Xiaowu, aware of her extraordinary identity and that she was also a heavenly sovereign. Xiaoyu was a new face, and many thought she was also brought out from the real world by the human emperor. Following Lin Moyu's instructions, Xiaoyu practiced boxing routinely every day. Apart from that, she would roam around and play with Xiaowu. The human emperor didn't arrange any tasks for Xiaowu and Xiaoyu. Their identities were too special and not under its management. Soon, Xiaoyu became familiar with the people in Yudao City, and many came to like this pure young girl. Born with a jade soul, Xiaoyu's cultivation speed was astonishing. Her realm would improve greatly almost every so often, and breakthroughs were as simple as eating and drinking for her. After just 10 years, Xiaoyu's realm had already reached high-level true god, progressing at an incredibly fast pace. Those who came out of the real world and were once at the same level as Xiaoyu had made very limited progress in 10 years and had been left far behind by Xiaoyu. Even more abnormal than Xiaoyu was Xiaowu. When Xiaoyu was cultivating, she would drag Xiaowu along to cultivate together. Xiaowu had no choice but to pretend to cultivate a bit. The advantage of becoming a heavenly sovereign through the Tao of Void was demonstrated at this moment, with Xiaowu's realm rising like a rocket. She easily reached mid-level heavenly sovereign, not at all inferior to Lin Moyu. Apart from these two, the one with the fastest cultivation progress was Jiyu Qingshan. With the light crow Xiaohe constantly demonstrating the Tao of speed for Jiyu Qingshan, her speed of comprehending the Tao was astonishing. After just 10 years, her realm had completely stabilized. It was estimated that in a few more years, she could challenge the peak supreme realm, followed by the heavenly sovereign realm. Others measured their cultivation in thousands or even tens of thousands of years. For Jiyu Qingshan to break through at this speed was already quite amazing. Of course, this rapid progress was inseparable from the 7th grade origin spirit vein. With the support of the 7th grade origin spirit vein, everyone in Yudao City cultivated much faster than those outside. Lin Moyu, who had kept his eyes closed for 50 years, finally slowly opened them. A powerful aura emanated from his body, then retreated back inside with his breath. After 50 years of cultivation, his cultivation realm had made significant progress, almost reaching the peak of mid-level heavenly sovereign, not far from high-level heavenly sovereign. The origin spirit vein contaminated by the hell fragment played a huge role, making Lin Moyu's speed of comprehending the Tao of immortality more than twice as fast. Combined with his identity as the son of Tai Yin, as well as the assistance of various treasures and spirit foods, Lin Moyu's cultivation speed increased dramatically. While cultivating, Lin Moyu also didn't neglect his comprehension of arrays and runes. He had now mastered the 6th grade array given by the Thunder Dao cultivator, the Thunder Fire array. Moreover, he had incorporated runes into the Thunder Fire array, greatly enhancing its power, almost reaching the 7th grade. During the cultivation process, not only did his array skills improve, but he also gained a better understanding of runes. Lin Moyu discovered that runes and arrays actually had many commonalities. He could completely use runes to replace the array base of instrument arrays, temporarily achieving the effect of instrument arrays with runes. Besides cultivation, arrays, and runes, Lin Moyu was also multitasking in refining the origin spirit vein. Shaosun was sent out and spent more than 10 years thoroughly combing through every detail of this origin spirit vein. Lin Moyu now knew every minute detail of the origin spirit vein like the back of his hand, greatly speeding up the refinement process. The more completely he mastered the origin spirit vein, the more benefits it brought to him. The simplest point was that he could use the origin spirit vein to travel to any place he had already refined. This gave him a sense of controlling the overall situation. Lin Moyu left his cultivation room and looked towards Yudao City in the distance. He could feel that Yudao City was full of vitality, not just vitality, but also dense fortune. The fortune was integrated with Yudao City, which in turn was integrated with the origin spirit vein. This fortune simultaneously affected his own fortune. The origin spirit vein suppressed the fortune of Yudao City, as well as the fortune of every cultivator in Yudao City. If one were to distinguish them individually, one could see that everyone's fortune had increased compared to before. So this was a win-win situation. However, as the master of the origin spirit vein, Lin Moyu gained the most benefits and harvested the most fortune. "You're awake," the human emperor's voice sounded in his ear. Chapter 2731, 2731. Chapter 2731, The Eastern Spirit Empire Takes Action, Help Me Guard the Tribe. The human emperor told Lin Moyu about the happenings in Yudao City over the past 50 years. Every year, the human emperor would bring out a batch of people, with the number increasing from 1,000 to 2,000 each time. Now, the population of Yudao City had exceeded 100,000, and the city had expanded significantly, becoming a true town. Under the human emperor's promotion, these people had already regarded Yudao City as their second home. They lived and cultivated in Yudao City, growing spiritual plants and raising spirit beasts, forming various management institutions. The human emperor essentially transplanted the system from the rule world, with clear rewards and punishments, maintaining fairness. Currently, Yudao City had more than 15 heavenly sovereigns. The highest realm among them was Xiaowu, who broke through to the high-level heavenly sovereign realm a year ago. She took only 48 years to advance from mid-level to high-level heavenly sovereign, a speed that would make any heavenly sovereign envious. Below Xiaowu were the other heavenly sovereigns. Haoshan and others stayed in Yudao City, assisting the human emperor in managing the entire city, making it run smoothly. Xiaoyu's breakthroughs were rapid, reaching the God King realm a year ago. In just 50 years, she had reached the God King realm, a cultivation speed that was astonishing. With her innate jade soul, Xiaoyu had no bottlenecks in her cultivation. Ji Yuqingshan was currently in seclusion, aiming to break through to the peak supreme realm. Lin Moyu sensed through the origin spirit vein that Ji Yuqingshan's cultivation was going smoothly, and she would soon become a peak supreme. After listening to the human emperor's report, Lin Moyu smiled and asked, "How is your experiment going?" The human emperor replied, "I had results 20 years ago. My conclusion is that the earlier they come out, the better. It's best to have children born directly on the origin continent. Children born on the origin continent have better talent compared to those cultivated in the rule world. Specifically, the probability of having excellent cultivation aptitude is higher. There is a peculiar power in the origin continent that affects infants the most. This influence diminishes as they grow older." The human emperor had been conducting experiments over the years, starting with the second batch of people brought out. At that time, the human emperor sent out a group of pregnant cultivators and observed them, reaching this conclusion. Lin Moyu understood immediately. This mysterious power came from the sun and lunar origins, along with the constant emission of origin power from the 7th grade spirit vein and the spirit vein suppressing fortune. The people in Yudao City had stronger fortune. Various factors combined to create the difference. Lin Moyu casually asked, "So what are you planning to do?" The human emperor replied, "I will gradually reduce the number of adult cultivators and increase the number of pregnant cultivators." Lin Moyu didn't interfere, "Do as you see fit. Besides that, is there anything else that happened while I was in seclusion?" The human emperor said, "Half a year ago, Xiaohei brought back a message from Li Guang, asking you to visit after your cultivation ends. Other than that, nothing else." Lin Moyu nodded, "All right, I understand." With a thought, the origin power in Ji Yuqingshan's seclusion chamber became even denser. The immense origin power made Ji Yuqingshan's breakthrough smoother. Without informing anyone that he had come out of seclusion, Lin Moyu took a step and disappeared from his original spot. Using the origin spirit vein, Lin Moyu teleported, crossing over 100,000 kilometers in an instant, appearing just 30,000 kilometers away from the Laying tribe. 30,000 kilometers wasn't a long distance, and after a short while, Lin Moyu arrived at the Laying tribe. As soon as he reached the tribe's entrance, Lin Moyu sensed an unusual atmosphere. Several spirit beasts guarding outside the tribe recognized Lin Moyu. Seeing him, they immediately shouted, "Boss, Brother Lin is here." Inside the tribe, a bolt of lightning streaked across the sky, and Li Guang shot out from the tribe. A powerful force enveloped Lin Moyu, turning into a bolt of lightning that carried him away. Lin Moyu didn't resist, sensing that Li Guang meant no harm. Li Guang took Lin Moyu away from the tribe, ascending to tens of thousands of meters high. A sea of thunder appeared, reminiscent of the scene 50 years ago. Lin Moyu set up an array, manipulating space and time, and the two worked together to isolate themselves from the outside. Seeing this, Lin Moyu had a rough guess, is it about the Eastern Spirit Empire? Li Guang nodded, "Yes, fortunately, you came in time. In a few days, I would have had to leave." Lin Moyu asked, "Is the Eastern Spirit Empire asking you to do something?" Li Guang replied, "The Empire plans to take action against all the races in the Eastern continent. This is a large-scale operation, targeting not only humans and demons but also dragons, insects, and the Buddhist clan. This war might last for decades. During this time, I want to ask you to take care of my tribe. If any other spirit beasts come to cause trouble, please help me deal with them." In the Laying tribe, besides Li Guang, there were 4 spirit beasts at the first realm of Dao Sovereign. Their strength seemed formidable, but if a spirit beast at the second realm of Dao Sovereign came, they would struggle to resist. Li Guang couldn't refuse the Eastern Spirit Empire's orders and was worried about his tribe, so he sought Lin Moyu's help. Lin Moyu smiled, "I thought it was something serious." Don't worry, your tribe will be fine. Li Guang trusted Lin Moyu, and hearing his assurance, he felt relieved. Lin Moyu said, since the Eastern Spirit Empire is attacking all races indiscriminately, you might encounter the Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha. You can take the opportunity for revenge. Li Guang nodded, of course, if I meet him, I won't let him go. Lin Moyu knew Li Guang's strength. Having fully recovered, Li Guang was among the best even in the 6th realm of Dao Sovereign. As long as he didn't encounter a 7th realm Dao Sovereign, he would be fine. But Lin Moyu still reminded him, in war, anything can happen. Be careful and prioritize your safety. Li Guang hummed, there should be some spoils of war. According to the Eastern Spirit Empire's rules, whoever gets it keeps it. Is there anything you need? I can grab it for you. Lin Moyu chuckled, liking Li Guang's straightforwardness. He didn't hold back, if possible, bring me some body fragments. Any race will do, and the higher the realm, the better. In a war, there would inevitably be many casualties. Collecting some body fragments wouldn't be difficult if Li Guang was careful. Although puzzled, Li Guang agreed, no problem. 3 days later, Li Guang left, turning into a stream of light and flying into the distance. Lin Moyu vaguely felt that far away, countless powerful auras were converging in a certain direction. With Li Guang's permission, Lin Moyu could freely enter and exit the Liang tribe. Lin Moyu didn't stay long. He left the giant sword Dao Sovereign in the tribe and then departed. The giant sword Dao Sovereign usually remained in a dormant state, not wasting time, as the resurrection time of the dead was limited to 2,000 days. If the tribe faced trouble, they could inform the giant sword Dao Sovereign, who would naturally awaken, and Lin Moyu would receive the message simultaneously. Chapter 2732, 2732. Chapter 2732, The Eastern Spirit Empire Takes Action, Help Me Guard the Tribe. After returning, Lin Moyu relayed Li Guang's message to the Human Emperor, and the two analyzed it together. The Human Emperor said, based on the data, the Eastern Spirit Empire, as a native force of the Eastern continent and a hidden power, must have its own mission. If the analysis is correct, its mission is to prevent various forces from occupying the Eastern continent. So, when the various forces grow strong, they launch an indiscriminate attack to weaken their presence in the Eastern continent. Lin Moyu said, I had thought of this too, but I couldn't understand why the Eastern Spirit Empire would do this. The Human Emperor replied, there are two possibilities. The first is that doing so benefits the Eastern Spirit Empire. The second is that someone is making the Eastern Spirit Empire do this. Lin Moyu had considered both possibilities. However, he couldn't figure out the deeper reason behind either. The Human Emperor, with its vast data, might be able to analyze some reasons. The Human Emperor searched through the data, looking for possibilities. After a search, the Human Emperor found a faint possibility. In the Origin continent, the two most important forces are the power of Origin and Fortune. Origin power is visible and tangible, while Fortune is an invisible force. A long time ago, there was a type of spirit beast called the Fortune Spirit Beast, which could absorb the fortune of the dead. If the Eastern Spirit Empire has such spirit beasts, they could absorb a large amount of fortune. Spirit beasts don't need origin spirit veins, their power comes from their bloodline and the sun and lunar origins. So, they wouldn't start a large-scale war for origin spirit veins. But they must be seeking something, and fortune is the most likely possibility. Lin Moyu thought for a moment and summoned Zhao Dongsheng. Zhao Dongsheng, who had comprehended the great Tao of all spirits, was the most knowledgeable about spirit beasts. Lin Moyu asked, do you know about fortune spirit beasts? Zhao Dongsheng nodded, yes, they are special spirit beasts, corresponding to origin spirit beasts. Zhao Dongsheng explained that fortune spirit beasts are rare and special, having appeared only a few times in the history of the southern continent. If origin spirit beasts can produce spirit veins and belong to the tangible category, then fortune spirit beasts belong to the intangible category, controlling fortune, which is invisible and untouchable. Lin Moyu murmured, it seems your analysis is correct, this is indeed possible. Let's discuss the second possibility. The Human Emperor said, if it's the second possibility, I have no data to analyze it. If someone can command the powerful Eastern Spirit Empire from behind, that person would be extremely terrifying. The Human Emperor didn't know about the existence of the blue-robed elder, so it couldn't analyze this possibility. Lin Moyu thought that if someone was behind the Eastern Spirit Empire, it was likely related to the blue-robed elder. The actions of the Eastern Spirit Empire seemed like a chess game to Lin Moyu. The Eastern Spirit Empire was just a powerful piece, with a big hand manipulating it from behind. But this was just speculation, with no evidence. Lin Moyu asked Zhao Dongsheng, "Do you know about the Eastern Spirit Empire?" Zhao Dongsheng shook his head, "No." Lin Moyu wasn't surprised. Although Zhao Dongsheng was a 6th realm Dao sovereign, he wasn't a core member of the Dao sect, so it was normal for him not to know. Lin Moyu said, "Human Emperor, when you have time, look for more information and analyze it to see if there are other possibilities." The Human Emperor replied, "I don't have much information on the Eastern continent, so it's hard to make an accurate analysis." Lin Moyu sighed, "It seems I'll have to go out and gather information myself soon." The best way to get information on the Eastern continent was to buy it from the Lufeng Merchant Guild. The Lufeng Merchant Guild had branches in the Eastern continent, but only in major cities. With the Eastern Spirit Empire about to launch indiscriminate attacks, Lin Moyu didn't know which major city was safe, making it difficult to go there for now. Previously, he had bought a map of the Eastern continent from the Lufeng Merchant Guild. The map showed that there were major cities 1.2 million kilometers, 2 million kilometers, and 3 million kilometers away from Yudao City. Let's wait until after the war to go. Lin Moyu decided not to join the fray. It was too dangerous, and he might lose his life. Now, he was still weak, and the best choice was to continue developing his power in secret. After this storm passed, he would go out to check the situation and decide what to do next. Lin Moyu didn't go into seclusion but started setting up arrays. Outside the original Thunder Fury array, he began setting up a 6th grade array, the Heavenly Thunder Fire array. The Heavenly Thunder Fire array, centered on Yudao City, covered an area of 50,000 kilometers. According to Lin Moyu's plan, he needed to set up an entire Heavenly Thunder Fire array to form a complete array group. Once the array group was formed, it could replace the original Thunder Fury array. With the power of the Heavenly Thunder Fire array, it could kill 2nd realm Dao sovereigns and block 3rd realm Dao sovereigns. This would make Yudao City much safer, and its area could be greatly expanded. Besides Yudao City, several other cities could be established. Lin Moyu set up arrays quickly, forming one Heavenly Thunder Fire array after another. Runes continuously flew out, merging into the arrays, greatly enhancing their power. Time passed day by day. On the 100th day after Li Guang left, the giant sword Dao sovereign in the Laying tribe suddenly woke up. Someone had awakened the giant sword Dao sovereign, informing it of an enemy invasion. Lin Moyu immediately knew about this. The invader was a 3rd realm Dao sovereign spirit beast, resembling a rhinoceros with a broken horn on its forehead. The broken horn had burn marks, not from fire but from lightning. The rhinoceros spirit beast charged at the Laying tribe, laughing madly. "Li Guang is not here. Let's see what you do this time. I'll eat you all." The mad roar reached Lin Moyu's ears through the giant sword Dao sovereign. Lin Moyu sighed, "Not cute at all, much worse than a calf." As expected by Li Guang, some spirit beasts did come to cause trouble. "Since you're here, don't leave. Kill it," Lin Moyu casually thought and ordered the giant sword Dao sovereign to kill the invader. The giant sword Dao sovereign didn't care who the invader was. As long as it was Lin Moyu's order, it would execute it without hesitation. The unlucky spirit beast hadn't even entered the tribe when disaster struck. A giant sword condensed within the tribe, carrying terrifying power, and slashed down. No, the rhinoceros was shattered into pieces by the giant sword Dao sovereign's sword, turning to dust. Afterward, the giant sword Dao sovereign went back into hibernation, not wasting any time. Lin Moyu chuckled, truly courting death. He continued setting up the Heavenly Thunder Fire array, becoming more proficient with each step. Chapter 2733, 2733. Chapter 2733, Yudao City becomes a paradise. Since Li Guang left, several spirit beasts came to provoke, but they were all slain by the giant sword Dao sovereign. This made Lin Moyu realize that the world of spirit beasts was not peaceful either. They didn't engage in power struggles, their confrontations were more direct, often resulting in life or death. Li Guang and the old Thunder Eagle had grudges with these spirit beasts, so they were always being watched, waiting for an opportunity. Li Guang and the old Thunder Eagle were relatively kind-hearted and had spared them before, but now they encountered Lin Moyu. In Lin Moyu's view, kindness can sometimes be a sin. It took an entire year to finally complete the Heavenly Thunder Fire Array group. The moment the array group was formed, heavenly thunder struck down, and ground fire erupted, intertwining together. The array group created a dome, separating the inside and outside into two worlds. The spirit beasts within the array group could no longer leave, and those outside couldn't enter. The array group formed a dome, visible to everyone in Yudao City. A powerful pressure descended, making everyone feel as if a mountain was pressing down on them. Some weaker individuals could barely move. What happened? Heavenly thunder and ground fire, what? I feel like a single bolt of heavenly thunder could kill me. People stopped their work and looked up at the sky. Many were panicked, not knowing what had happened. Suddenly, someone pointed to the distant sky. Look, there's someone there. People looked over and saw Lin Moyu standing in midair in front of the heavenly thunder and ground fire, weaving numerous runes with his hands, performing the final touches on the array group. The pressure from the array group grew heavier, making everyone in Yudao City feel as if they were carrying a mountain, making movement difficult. At this moment, Lin Moyu appeared godlike and majestic in their eyes. Lin Feng, who harbored hostility towards Lin Moyu, clenched his fists tightly, staring at Lin Moyu. How can you be so strong? You're just a heavenly sovereign, how can you be so powerful? Lin Feng was close to becoming a heavenly sovereign himself and had interacted with several heavenly sovereigns. Under the human emperor's arrangement, Hoshin and others often gave lectures. Lin Feng had a general understanding of the power of a heavenly sovereign, but Lin Moyu's strength exceeded his imagination. Lin Moyu's power seemed to transcend the heavenly sovereign level. Lin Feng was unwilling to accept this. I don't believe I can't surpass you. You're just luckier than me, my potential is definitely stronger than yours. I will not only become a heavenly sovereign but also a Dao sovereign and trample you underfoot. Lin Moyu suddenly felt a sense of something, turned his head slightly, and saw Lin Feng out of the corner of his eye. Lin Feng hid his feelings well, but he couldn't escape Lin Moyu's spiritual sense. Yudao City was shrouded in an invisible fortune, with everyone's fortune connected to the origin spirit vein, creating harmony. Only Lin Feng seemed like an independent entity. His heart was no longer aligned, and fortune no longer favored him. Lin Moyu sneered slightly, not caring about a clown like Lin Feng. After perfecting the array group, Lin Moyu waited quietly for the array group to absorb enough power and fully integrate with the origin spirit vein. At the same time, Lin Moyu dismantled the previous Thunder Fury array. With the Heavenly Thunder Fire array in place, the Thunder Fury array was no longer needed. If the Heavenly Thunder Fire array couldn't hold, the Thunder Fury array would be useless. Finally, Lin Moyu handed the control token of the array to the human emperor, who continued to manage it, while Lin Moyu remained hands-off. Once everything settled, Lin Moyu disappeared from everyone's sight. Lin Moyu returned to his cultivation room to continue his training and consolidate his realm. He felt he was very close to becoming a high-level heavenly sovereign, just lacking a catalyst. However, he couldn't leave yet, as he had promised Li Guang to guard the tribe. 2 years later, a powerful aura rose in Yudao City as Ji Yuqingshan completed her breakthrough, reaching the peak supreme realm. Due to Lin Moyu's personal interest and the provision of a large amount of origin spirit vein, Ji Yuqingshan, after becoming a peak supreme, advanced even further, making the heavenly sovereign realm not far off. With the help of the Light Crow, Ji Yuqingshan becoming a heavenly sovereign was just a matter of time. As time passed, more and more people came to Yudao City. The human emperor brought people out in batches, and cultivators continued to grow. Gradually, they began to explore the world outside Yudao City, and the power structure became more complete. Lin Moyu had completely become hands-off, leaving Yudao City to the human emperor and Hoshin. Years later, the lunar origin hung high in the sky, and the lunar symbol on Lin Moyu's forehead glowed, signifying his status as the son of Tai Yin. In this state, Lin Moyu's fortune increased, and he vaguely felt a mysterious connection with the lunar origin. His spiritual sense became sharper, allowing him to sense distant places. The light of the lunar origin covered the entire origin continent, and Lin Moyu felt that one day, he might be able to know everything happening in every corner of the origin continent through the lunar origin. In his vague senses, Lin Moyu felt intense battles erupting far away. Powerful auras clashed in the heavens and earth, with the intensity of the war being astonishing. Is the Eastern Spirit Empire taking action? What is your goal? Is it really just for fortune? Or is someone else behind you? Lin Moyu pondered, trying to sense the distant situation, but the feeling was too vague and intermittent, making it impossible to see clearly. During the repeated appearances of the lunar origin, Lin Moyu sensed several more times. The locations changed, but they were still distant, and the battles remained intense. The war was spreading across the eastern continent, while his area had become a paradise. Lin Moyu guessed that the Eastern Spirit Empire had some special spirit beasts that could sense the presence of powerful Dao sovereigns. So the Eastern Spirit Empire only needed to target those powerful Dao sovereigns. By killing them, they could achieve their goal. The fortune of the strong far surpassed that of the weak. On his side, the strongest were the giant sword Dao sovereign and Zhao Dongsheng. But one was in the Star of Spells, and the other was in a dormant state, so they might not be sensed. Moreover, Yudao City was in a remote location, and the war hadn't spread here. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye, and Li Guang had not returned. Lin Moyu believed Li Guang wouldn't be in danger with his strength, few could kill him. Through the lunar origin, he still sensed that the war continued, and the Eastern Spirit Empire's actions hadn't completely stopped. However, the frequency was decreasing, indicating the end was near. 2 more years passed, and in the 13th year after Li Guang left, a bolt of lightning flew from afar under the light of the lunar origin. The lightning quickly approached. Finally back, Lin Moyu's lips curved slightly, and the heavenly thunder fire array burned, revealing a gap made of flames. "Come in from here," Lin Moyu's voice sounded in Li Guang's ear. The lightning entered the array, crossing tens of thousands of kilometers, and arrived before Lin Moyu. Chapter 2734, 2734. Chapter 2734, Someone's Here to Cause Trouble. Li Guang landed in front of Lin Moyu, with thunder rumbling around him. His massive body quickly shrank and transformed into a human shape, looking no different from an ordinary human. Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. "You can transform into a human now." In the origin continent, spirit beasts generally couldn't transform into human shapes. The demon race could transform into human shapes, and the higher their realm, the more perfect their human forms. The human form was called the Dao body, and to reach the highest realm, the demon race had to achieve this. Lin Moyu didn't know why the spirit beasts in the origin continent couldn't do it. Previously, Li Guang couldn't do it either, but now he suddenly could. Li Guang's transformed appearance was that of a sturdy young man. He gave Lin Moyu a look and then waved out thunder to envelop the surroundings. Lin Moyu smiled, twisted space and time, and created an isolated area. Li Guang then grinned. "I performed well in this war and received many rewards. Transforming into a Dao body is one of the rewards from the Empire. Besides that, I also received a good cultivation method. From now on, I have a method to cultivate, not just relying on my bloodline and natural evolution." He was straightforward and told Lin Moyu everything he had gained. Lin Moyu sincerely congratulated him. "Congratulations, Brother Lei. It seems this Dao body transformation method is very precious." Li Guang said, "Yes, it's very precious. Only by joining the Eastern Spirit Empire can one obtain it." Lin Moyu asked, "This secret method can't be passed on, right?" Li Guang nodded, "Yes, it can't be passed on." Lin Moyu thought of the reincarnation secret method in the 100 Herb Alliance, which was of the same type, only usable by oneself and impossible to pass on. Through Li Guang's explanation, Lin Moyu learned that spirit beasts needed to transform into a Dao body if they wanted to advance beyond the 6th realm of Dao Sovereign. Without the Eastern Spirit Empire's secret method, spirit beasts could only stop at the 6th realm of Dao Sovereign. No wonder he hadn't seen any spirit beasts at the 7th realm of Dao Sovereign in the southern continent. Lin Moyu didn't ask about the details of the war, knowing that Li Guang would be restricted. The Eastern Spirit Empire was a hidden force in the eastern continent, and many things were likely kept secret and not allowed to be disclosed. If not for such strict rules, the existence of the Eastern Spirit Empire couldn't have been hidden for so long. Lin Moyu smiled. "I will do what I promised you." Li Guang waved his hand, and nearby lightning exploded, revealing a pile of flesh. In an instant, a powerful aura spread out. Each piece of flesh was strong, indicating the strength of their owners. Li Guang said, "There are 49 pieces of flesh in total, with the lowest being at the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign and the highest at the 6th realm. These guys were all killed by me, and they are all from the demon race. The unit I was in was tasked with clearing out the demon race Dao Sovereigns." Li Guang briefly explained that the Eastern Spirit Empire's units were divided to deal with different races. Li Guang's unit dealt with the demon race, so he killed demon race Dao sovereigns. Among the 49 pieces of flesh, Lin Moyu saw one that was slightly special. He reached out and summoned the flesh to his hand. The flesh emitted lightning power, and although it was dead, it still contained strong power. This piece of flesh belonged to a 6th realm Dao sovereign and was a king among the demon race, a thunderlight purple striped tiger. In the world of stars, Lin Moyu had seen a thunderlight purple striped tiger named Lei Hao. Li Guang said, "This piece of flesh belonged to a thunderlight purple striped tiger, who, like me, was skilled in controlling lightning and mastered the thunder Dao. It was one of the 10 toughest to kill. I fought with it for a long time before finally killing it." Lin Moyu nodded. "Did you only kill those above the 4th realm of Dao sovereign?" Li Guang replied, "Yes, those below the 4th realm are not considered by the empire." Lin Moyu asked, "What kind of existence is the emperor?" Li Guang shook his head. "The emperor's realm should be at the 8th realm of Dao sovereign, or maybe the 9th realm, I'm not sure. When the emperor appears, it's always in human form, so I don't know what kind of spirit beast the emperor is. Anyway, we just follow the emperor's orders. In the Eastern Spirit Empire, the emperor's orders are absolute, and no one can disobey. The emperor is also fair with rewards and punishments. If you make a contribution, there will be rewards. If you make a mistake, you will be punished." In Li Guang's words, the emperor of the Eastern Spirit Empire was a strict and awe-inspiring figure. Lin Moyu put away the pieces of flesh. "It's good that you returned safely. After this, focus on your cultivation and strive to reach the 7th realm of Dao sovereign soon." Li Guang said, "Yes, that's what I plan to do. I want to reach the 7th realm of Dao sovereign as soon as possible." The emperor seems to have some new actions planned, but only those above the 7th realm can participate. I don't qualify. After this, I realized the huge gap between the 6th and 7th realms of Dao sovereign. The 7th realm Dao sovereigns in the empire are really powerful. I'm nothing compared to them." Li Guang seemed to be stimulated and talked a lot. Lin Moyu could hear that Li Guang had a strong desire to improve his realm and strength. Previously, he seemed indifferent to worldly affairs, but now that attitude was gone. This change was due to the influence of the Emperor of the Eastern Spirit Empire. Lin Moyu was also curious about the Emperor's charm, which could influence Li Guang's mindset. Li Guang said, "All right, I have to go back." Lin Moyu said, "I will leave here soon too. If anything happens here, please help me take care of it." Li Guang patted his chest, "No problem." Suddenly, Li Guang's expression changed. "Someone's here to cause trouble." Lin Moyu was slightly surprised. In the Thunder Eagle tribe, the giant sword Dao sovereign, who was in hibernation, suddenly opened his eyes. Using the giant sword Dao sovereign's eyes, Lin Moyu saw a ball of Buddha light flying towards the tribe from afar. The Buddha light formed a sphere with 6 rings, each a different color and distinct layers. 6-wheel ancient Buddha, Lin Moyu said softly. Li Guang's eyes narrowed slightly. Could it be him? Lin Moyu smiled. "Let's go see. Don't resist, I'll send you over." He stomped on the ground, causing the origin spirit vein to tremble, and a surge of origin power enveloped Li Guang. In the next second, the two disappeared and reappeared only 30,000 kilometers away from the Thunder Eagle tribe. Although Li Guang was fast, he was nowhere near as fast as teleportation. Li Guang revealed his true form, quickly growing larger. "Come on." Lin Moyu didn't hesitate and flew onto Li Guang's back. Li Guang transformed into a bolt of lightning and rushed back to the tribe at top speed. Chapter 2735, 2735. Chapter 2735, Beast, Prepare to Die. The Buddha's light illuminated the heavens and earth, with 6 halos circling behind him. The 6-wheel ancient Buddha had a solemn and compassionate expression. This time, the Eastern Spirit Empire's action also targeted the Buddhist clan. However, Li Guang was not clear about the situation of that particular unit, as everyone acted separately and did not meet afterward. The 6-wheel ancient Buddha spread the Buddha's light, enveloping the entire tribe. "Convert to my Buddha, and you will gain infinite merit." The sound of Buddha filled the air, and the great spirit beasts in the tribe lost focus, influenced by the Buddha's voice. Suddenly, a giant sword appeared out of nowhere, shattering the Buddha's light and silencing the Buddha's voice. The giant sword Dao sovereign flew out from the tribe, looking expressionlessly at the ancient Buddha. The ancient Buddha was slightly startled. He did not expect that a human Dao sovereign of the 6th realm was hidden in the Thunder Eagle tribe. "Amitabha, I did not expect to find a human Tao friend here. May I ask what brings you here? He chanted the Buddha's name and maintained a polite attitude towards the giant sword Tao sovereign. Not knowing the giant sword Tao sovereign's strength, he did not act rashly. The giant sword Tao sovereign ignored him. If Lin Moyu had not instructed him otherwise, he would have already attacked the ancient Buddha. As a resurrected being, he did not care about any rules and preferred to solve problems with his sword. Seeing that the giant sword Tao sovereign ignored him, the ancient Buddha showed a trace of displeasure. After all, he was a sixth-wheel ancient Buddha, and in terms of realm, he was not inferior to a sixth-realm Tao sovereign. They were equals, yet he was being ignored. The ancient Buddha spoke again, "No matter what you are doing here, please do not interfere with my Buddha's affairs." The giant sword Tao sovereign continued to ignore him, with a giant sword floating in the sky, ready to strike at any moment. The ancient Buddha remained vigilant and did not dare to act recklessly. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning sped towards them at an astonishing speed. Before it even got close, Li Guang saw the ancient Buddha and showed a trace of disappointment. It's not him. Lin Moyu was also puzzled. If it's not the Lunar Earth Treasury ancient Buddha, then why is he here? From his words, he clearly has a purpose. Besides the Lunar Earth Treasury, who else could it be? Lin Moyu suddenly thought of a possibility. During the extermination of the Buddhist clan in the Great World, there had been cases of body possession. This six-wheel ancient Buddha's physical body might not be the Lunar Earth Treasury, but what about his soul? Lin Moyu said, "Don't rush. Let's observe first. Keep an eye on the soul fragment and see if the curse power will erupt." Li Guang nodded, "Yes, I've been watching." The lightning stopped in front of the tribe, and Li Guang stared at the six-wheel ancient Buddha with a hostile gaze. "Who are you? What is your relationship with the Lunar Earth Treasury?" Li Guang disliked beating around the bush and asked directly. The moment the six-wheel ancient Buddha saw Li Guang, his eyes sharpened as if he had found a long-awaited prey. Lin Moyu immediately realized that this six-wheel ancient Buddha had come for Li Guang. The ancient Buddha examined Li Guang, his sharp eyes showing satisfaction. "Amitabha, I did not expect you to have grown to this level. That's great. Today, you will convert to my Buddha and become my mount." Hearing this, Lin Moyu was almost certain that this was indeed the Lunar Earth Treasury ancient Buddha from back then. Although his appearance did not match Li Guang's memory, his words did not lie. Li Guang also realized the identity of the other party, "So it really is you. I didn't expect you to escape last time. Amitabha." The Lunar Earth Treasury ancient Buddha chanted the Buddha's name, "You have indeed joined the Eastern Spirit Empire. After converting to my Buddha, you can tell me everything you know. This time, you will pay for the sins committed by the Eastern Spirit Empire." Li Guang's eyes flashed with lightning. "Convert to you? Go to hell." His anger could no longer be contained, and boundless lightning erupted from his body, transforming into a thunder dragon that charged at the Lunar Earth Treasury. The Lunar Earth Treasury's face changed, and the 6 halos behind him lit up, revealing a giant Buddha in the light. The Buddha's voice resounded, and the Buddha pressed down on the thunder dragon with one palm. Boom! The thunder dragon exploded, and the Buddha shattered. The Lunar Earth Treasury was also blasted thousands of meters away. Li Guang's power far exceeded the Lunar Earth Treasury's expectations. Instead of panicking, the Lunar Earth Treasury became even more excited, as if the stronger Li Guang was, the happier he became. He muttered, "Indeed, you are exceptionally talented, but you are stubborn. Let me teach you a lesson." The 6 halos lit up again, and the shattered Buddha reappeared. The Buddha emitted a red light, filled with dark power, turning the surrounding area dark red and eerie. Li Guang's attack suddenly stopped. In his soul world, the soul fragment that Lin Moyu had cut out was glowing red. The red light corroded his soul, and Li Guang shivered. If he had not removed the curse, his soul would be suffering unimaginable torment at this moment. Li Guang glanced gratefully at Lin Moyu and then turned to the Lunar Earth Treasury ancient Buddha with murderous intent. He let out a sharp scream, and countless thunderclouds appeared in the sky. Thunder dragons descended from the clouds, tearing the Buddha to pieces. The Lunar Earth Treasury's face changed drastically, and he exclaimed, "How are you unharmed?" Li Guang did not bother to explain. His only goal now was to kill the opponent. Lin Moyu did not intervene. This was Li Guang's personal vendetta, and he had to settle it himself. The thunder dragons surrounded the Lunar Earth Treasury, roaring incessantly. Li Guang unleashed his full power, showing no mercy. The Lunar Earth Treasury chanted the Buddha's name, and a giant lotus leaf appeared under his feet. The lotus leaf was covered with scriptures, emitting dazzling light, resisting the thunder dragon's attacks. Li Guang screamed continuously, and a great Tao appeared, merging with him. Li Guang transformed into thunder, becoming ethereal with no physical form. Li Guang used his true form, turning from solid to void, bypassing the thunder dragons and attacking the lunar earth treasury. Boom! Thunder erupted from the lunar earth treasury's body, turning him into a thunder figure. The lunar earth treasury screamed in pain as thunder poured out from his body. Li Guang's attack reached deep into his body, making it hard to defend. The lunar earth treasury took out a pill and swallowed it, chanting through gritted teeth, "Beast, I won't let you live today." The pill took effect, and the thunder on his body quickly disappeared, healing most of his injuries. He took out a demon-subduing pestle and pointed it at Li Guang. "My Buddha is merciful. If I don't enter hell, who will? Subdue the demon." Boom! The demon-subduing pestle enlarged, and 108 Buddhas appeared in the sky, each wielding a demon-subduing pestle, smashing down on Li Guang. "Beast, prepare to die." The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha shouted sternly, and the 108 Buddhas shouted in unison. "Beast, prepare to die." Chapter 2736, 2736. Chapter 2736, The Harder Approach, Forced Conversion. The demon-subduing pestle exploded with immense power, forcibly pushing Li Guang, who was in an ethereal state, back to reality. However, Li Guang's true form of the Great Tao was not dispelled. He roared, his power increasing instead of diminishing. Facing the attack of the 108 Buddhas, Li Guang's body erupted with countless bolts of lightning, which struck the demon-subduing pestle, producing metallic clanging sounds. The valley rumbled and shook, the surrounding mountains quaked, and the entire world seemed to be on the brink of collapse. The battle between two sixth realm Tao sovereigns was enough to kill any being below the Tao sovereign realm with its shockwaves. In the valley, 4 first realm Tao sovereign spirit beasts exerted all their strength to protect the valley, otherwise there would have been countless casualties. Lin Moyu instructed the giant sword Tao sovereign, "Protect the valley." The giant sword Tao sovereign pointed at the valley, and with 4 loud booms, 4 giant swords descended from the sky, forming a shield around the valley. The swords embedded into the ground, blocking all the shockwaves and restoring peace to the valley. Seeing this, Li Guang shouted, "Thank you." With the valley protected, he had no more worries and could fight with all his might. His true form of the Great Tao fully erupted, and countless thunderclouds appeared in the sky, covering the land for miles. Thunderstorm apocalypse. Countless bolts of lightning fell from the thunderclouds, dense and unrelenting, sparing no corner. The ground shattered, life was extinguished, and doomsday truly arrived. Not only was there visible destruction, but Lin Moyu also heard a roaring sound in his ears, feeling a disconnection from the Great Tao. In the midst of the lightning, the Great Tao was severed, greatly weakening his power. The giant sword Tao sovereign raised a giant sword to block the lightning, protecting both himself and Lin Moyu. However, it was clear that the giant sword Tao sovereign was struggling, constantly increasing his power to maintain the giant sword. If they were struggling so much, the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha was in an even worse situation. The 108 Buddhas were submerged in endless lightning and shattered. Even the demon-subduing pestle couldn't withstand the lightning, shattering on the spot. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha's face turned grim. He hadn't expected his curse to be ineffective, nor had he anticipated Li Guang's combat power to be so formidable. He took out a Buddha bead, chanting a Buddha's name, and the bead emitted a soft light that enveloped him. The light didn't seem bright or strong, but it managed to block the lightning strikes. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha muttered, "I didn't expect your strength to reach this level. Fortunately, I came prepared. You are destined to become one with my Buddha today, you cannot escape." He continued chanting, and countless illusory Buddhas appeared in the 6 halos behind him, creating a cacophony of Buddhas' voices. Behind the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha, a Buddha kingdom appeared, filled with countless Buddhas and believers chanting scriptures. Immense power flowed into the Buddha bead in his hand, making it shine even brighter, with numerous tiny scriptures appearing on it. The scriptures flew out, forming a golden Buddha in the light. The golden Buddha had a solemn appearance, with a third eye on its forehead, a vertical eye with 3 pupils. Vertical eye with 3 pupils. Lin Moyu recognized the Buddha, recalling its identity from fragmented memories. The 3-pupil free Buddha. In the Buddhist clan, there was once a powerful Buddha who had a third vertical eye in his 3 lifetimes. He later practiced the secret eye techniques of the Buddhist clan, eventually forming the three pupils. With the three pupils, he became invincible, traveling across the origin continent and deep into the Sea of Realms, attracting countless believers to the Buddhist clan. Eventually, he broke through the limits of the nine-wheel ancient Buddha, becoming the legendary free Buddha. In the Buddhist clan, the nine-wheel ancient Buddha was the limit, equivalent to the ninth realm of Tao sovereign for humans and demons. Breaking through this limit meant becoming a free Buddha, signifying freedom from all constraints. It seems this Buddha bead was left by the three-pupil free Buddha. Lin Moyu grew cautious, holding a deep respect for this legendary Buddha. Seeing the Lunar Earth Treasury's confidence, it was clear that this treasure was extraordinary. He transmitted to Li Guang, "Be careful, this treasure is very powerful." Li Guang responded with a hum, controlling the lightning to strike the light sphere. The light sphere wavered in the lightning, and the three-pupil Buddha finally fully materialized, with one of its pupils emitting light. The light silently enveloped Li Guang, causing him to tremble and stop abruptly. For a moment, the lightning ceased, and Li Guang stood still. His eyes showed a struggle, seemingly fighting against some force. After a few seconds, Buddha's light emerged from his body. Conversion. Lin Moyu realized that the Lunar Earth Treasury was using the treasure to forcibly convert Li Guang. Failing to use the curse, he resorted to forceful conversion. This time, the Lunar Earth Treasury was determined to take Li Guang. Li Guang was resisting the conversion force, but Lin Moyu knew that Li Guang's pure heart might not withstand it. He couldn't just stand by and watch. Pointing at the Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha, the Hell of Bones naturally appeared. The Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha suddenly saw a red light, with magma falling from the sky, and a gate to hell appearing in his sight. Hell's Gate. The Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha exclaimed in shock, his expression exaggerated as if witnessing the impossible. Boom! The magma exploded, engulfing the Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha. The light sphere formed by the Buddha bead protected him tightly. Hell's fiends pounced on the light sphere, gnawing at it madly. Hell's fiends devoured everything, even the light sphere formed by the Buddha bead. Due to the difference in realms, they ate slowly, but they could still eat it. The Lunar Earth Treasury Ancient Buddha was fully focused on controlling the treasure, intent on converting Li Guang, with no energy to stop the fiends, watching them gnaw at the light sphere. The Hell's Eye swept over him, causing him to shudder with pain. Even as a six-wheel ancient Buddha, his soul was impacted. The flower of the other shore bloomed, and purple light filled the air, affecting him and reducing his power. The conversion force weakened significantly, and Li Guang's resistance strengthened. The six-wheel ancient Buddha glared at Lin Moyu with murderous intent. Lin Moyu sneered, ignoring him. With the Hell Fragment and a complete third-grade origin spirit vein, the power of the Hell of Bones had greatly increased. Under the fiends, mad gnawing, the light sphere formed by the Buddha bead weakened. Although the process was slow, it wouldn't take long for the light sphere to collapse. Lin Moyu sensed the change in the Buddha bead, and so did Li Guang. Seizing the opportunity, Li Guang resisted the conversion force and unleashed the thunderstorm apocalypse again. In an instant, countless bolts of lightning fell, striking the light sphere. The lightning focused on one point, leaving most of the space for the fiends. Under their combined efforts, the light sphere twisted and deformed, and finally shattered after a few minutes. Chapter 2737, 2737. Chapter 2737, Is This Enough? The six-wheel ancient Buddha spat out fresh blood, blasted away by the thunder, and the six halos behind him dimmed, on the verge of disappearing. Li Guang erased the conversion power and charged forward with a roar. His true form of the Great Tao manifested, turning him into nothingness, passing through the body of the six-wheel ancient Buddha. Boundless thunder erupted from the body of the six-wheel ancient Buddha, who screamed incessantly, his flesh flying everywhere. Li Guang shuttled back and forth, and in the blink of an eye, the six-wheel ancient Buddha was riddled with holes, his flesh a bloody mess. His entire body emitted a burnt smell, with no intact flesh left. If not for his extremely strong physical body, he would have perished long ago. The six halos dimmed, full of cracks, almost shattered. The Buddha's light nearly disappeared, and his foundation was destroyed. Even if he were saved, he would be half-crippled. The six-wheel ancient Buddha's face was bleak. He had come prepared, with full confidence, never expecting to encounter a freak like Lin Moyu. He had calculated that even if the giant sword Tao sovereign intervened, he would not be afraid. The Buddha bead of the three-pupil-free Buddha was enough to block the giant sword Tao sovereign's attack. But the appearance of the Hell of Bones was beyond his expectations. The weakening effect of the flower of the other shore and the all-consuming Hell's fiends were like cheating. It was because of Lin Moyu that he was defeated. His gaze was filled with deep resentment as he stared at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu smiled, "You came here to die, you can't blame anyone else." Li Guang looked at him, "Do you have any last words?" The six-wheel ancient Buddha did not speak, only staring at Lin Moyu with venomous eyes. Lin Moyu said, "Kill him. Don't waste time talking." Li Guang was still too simple-hearted. The longer the delay, the more likely something unexpected would happen. When dealing with enemies, it's best to cut the Gordian knot quickly. Especially with enemies like the six-wheel ancient Buddha, it's hard to predict if he has any more tricks up his sleeve. Li Guang nodded in response, and thunder gathered, countless bolts falling. The six-wheel ancient Buddha suddenly roared, "Die with me." The six halos shattered, and the sky was filled with a brilliant red light, containing a powerful and strange force, the power of a curse. The red light blocked the thunder, and a blood-colored giant Buddha appeared. This Buddha had none of the grandeur of Buddha's teachings but was exceptionally sinister. "If I perish, you won't have a good time either." With a venomous curse, the blood-colored Buddha exploded, turning into a sea of blood. The sea of blood was boundless, flooding tens of thousands of miles, engulfing the valley. The giant sword Tao sovereign's giant sword trembled in the sea of blood, seemingly unable to withstand its power. Li Guang's eyes showed anxiety, as the valley was filled with his brothers and sisters. Lin Moyu said, "You guard the valley, leave this to me." Li Guang nodded and flew back to the valley, transforming into a sea of thunder to guard it. Lin Moyu's mind moved, and the Hell of Bones spread outward from him, with Hell's fiends flying out to devour the sea of blood. Magma and the sea of blood collided, creating a tremendous impact. The sea of blood was condensed from the original power of the six-wheel ancient Buddha, far surpassing the Hell of Bones. The Hell's fiends devoured very slowly, and the magma was pushed back by the sea of blood. The giant sword Tao sovereign struck again, waving his hand to send out countless giant swords to destroy the sea of blood. However, the giant swords created by the giant sword Tao sovereign had little effect on the sea of blood. The sea of blood contained some power of the void, greatly weakening the giant sword Tao sovereign's power. With a thought, Zhao Dongsheng appeared beside him. The great Tao of all spirits emerged, and a phantom spirit beast appeared, merging with Zhao Dongsheng. Zhao Dongsheng's body became ethereal, almost turning into mist. Zhao Dongsheng had spent his life studying spirit beasts, dissecting countless of them, and these spirit beasts were merged into his great Tao, allowing him to summon their true forms at any time. Among the various great Taos, Zhao Dongsheng had the most true forms, numbering in the tens of thousands. The mist that Zhao Dongsheng transformed into quickly spread out, looking thin but forming a high wall that firmly blocked the sea of blood. The sea of blood repeatedly surged but could not break through. The Hell's fiends continued to devour the sea of blood, slowly but steadily. In this way, as long as there was enough time, the sea of blood would eventually become food for the Hell's fiends. Moreover, after devouring the sea of blood, the power of the Hell of Bones would increase. This was the original power of the six-wheel ancient Buddha, a rare and valuable supplement. In the valley, Li Guang protected it with thunder, remaining unharmed in the sea of blood. Suddenly, a distortion appeared beside Lin Moyu, and he quickly retreated half a step, moving behind the giant sword Tao sovereign. A red light appeared abruptly, taking the form of the six-wheel ancient Buddha, filled with venomous hatred, rushing towards Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was behind the giant sword Tao sovereign, but the red light ignored the giant sword Tao sovereign, passing through his body. Before Lin Moyu could react, the red light entered his body. Lin Moyu closed his eyes and remained motionless, while the sea of blood continued to boil. A final battle erupted within Lin Moyu's soul. The six-wheel ancient Buddha appeared in Lin Moyu's soul world, shocked by what he saw. Lin Moyu's soul world was incredibly rich, with countless origin-level spell stars scattered throughout. Among these spell stars, two were particularly dazzling, true origin spell stars. The six-wheel ancient Buddha was stunned. Origin spells, and two of them, how is this possible? Then he saw the infinite fusion, high above, exuding an incomparably noble aura, even stronger than the origin spell stars. What kind of spell star is this, and why is it more terrifying than origin spells? What he saw overturned his understanding. A six-wheel ancient Buddha who had lived for countless years and possessed vast knowledge could not comprehend what he was seeing. Then he saw a towering tree, the largest he had ever seen in his life. The tree bore countless fruits, emitting a tempting fragrance that even he found hard to resist. What kind of tree is this? Even the dragon god's tree of the dragon clan might not compare. If I could obtain it. Just as greed arose in his heart, a voice came, "Have you seen enough?" Lin Moyu appeared before him, smiling. Lin Moyu held the scourge staff, showing no fear. Even though the six-wheel ancient Buddha's realm was equivalent to the sixth realm of Tao Sovereign, with an extremely powerful soul, this was Lin Moyu's domain, giving him an absolute advantage. With the scourge staff, he had nothing to fear. If there was any defiance, the scourge staff would teach him a lesson. Moreover, he might not even need to use the scourge staff. The six-wheel ancient Buddha stared at Lin Moyu. "What kind of tree is this?" Lin Moyu smiled faintly. "A dying man doesn't need to know so much." The six-wheel ancient Buddha then noticed the scourge staff in Lin Moyu's hand. "Is this your treasure?" "It looks impressive. No matter, soon all of this will belong to me. It will be interesting to possess a human for the first time." The six-wheel ancient Buddha had no idea he was about to die. To him, Lin Moyu's soul, at the first realm of Tao Sovereign, was insignificant. He was already thinking about how to possess Lin Moyu. Seeing the greed in his eyes, Lin Moyu knew that words were useless. He casually snapped his fingers. The giant sword Tao Sovereign appeared beside him, and a giant sword descended like the opening of the heavens and earth. Chapter 2738, 2378. Chapter 2738. Don't worry, as long as I'm here, the city will be safe. The face of the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha suddenly changed, quickly trying to dodge, but his soul froze and he couldn't move. The giant sword struck like lightning, slicing across his soul, almost tearing it in half. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha let out a scream, his soul weakened by at least 30%. He looked at Lin Moyu in horror, full of disbelief. Lin Moyu said, "You should know, this is my soul world. Although my soul is not as strong as yours, restricting you slightly is not a problem." The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha still didn't believe it. Impossible. No matter how strong your soul world is, it can't restrict this Buddha. How did you do it? Lin Moyu smiled. "You can think about this question in your next life." "No, you might not have a next life, because many people I've killed never get to reincarnate." The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha roared and turned into a red light, rushing towards Lin Moyu. This was his last desperate struggle, trying to possess Lin Moyu, his last hope, which he couldn't easily give up. The giant sword Tao Sovereign shouted, and countless giant swords appeared, pouring down like rain. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha screamed continuously, hit by several swords, but still not dead. He passed through the rain of swords created by the giant sword Tao Sovereign, his aura dropping to the lowest point, almost collapsing. At this moment, a treasure robe appeared on his body, enveloping his soul in bright light. The injuries he had just suffered quickly healed, and his soul reached its peak state in an instant. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha screamed, his speed suddenly increasing, several times faster than before. The giant sword Tao Sovereign once again created a rain of swords, but the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha, protected by the treasure robe, forcibly broke through the rain of swords. His speed increased again, and in the blink of an eye, he was in front of Lin Moyu. Die. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha already had a victorious smile on his face, a cruel smile, thinking that Lin Moyu's soul couldn't withstand his possession. But he saw that Lin Moyu's expression showed no panic, even smiling. What's going on? Doubt arose in his heart, and then he saw Lin Moyu raise the staff in his hand and swing it down on him. Instinctively feeling something was wrong, he tried to avoid it, but his soul froze again, unable to move, and he could only watch as the staff fell on him. His consciousness fell into endless darkness, and with all his resentment, the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha bid farewell to this world. Lin Moyu used the power of his soul world to seal the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha again, even if only for 0.1 seconds, it was enough. The scourge staff struck heavily on the soul of the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha, the treasure robe shattered like tofu, and then his entire soul was annihilated under the scourge staff. The scourge staff, nothing can withstand it. Lin Moyu chuckled softly, not surprised by this result at all. Outside, the sea of blood disappeared, and a broken corpse fell to the ground. The lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha was dead. A dignified six-wheel ancient Buddha died so miserably. He had escaped the cleansing of the Eastern Spirit Empire, made full preparations to subdue Li Guang, but due to Lin Moyu's involvement, he died. One could say his luck was really bad. Finally, everything cleared up. The land around the valley was devastated, with tens of thousands of miles of land barren, and several mountains collapsed. Countless creatures had died. When gods fight, mortals suffer. This was the cruel reality. Lin Moyu waved his hand, releasing a large amount of life force to nourish the land, restoring vitality. It wouldn't take long for this land to recover and for life to flourish again. Li Guang came to Lin Moyu's side. Thank you. Lin Moyu smiled. It's what friends do. Li Guang nodded. We are friends. Lin Moyu was about to collect the corpse of the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha when the space not far away suddenly distorted, and a team of 9 people flew out from the void. Lin Moyu sensed the great Tao of space, realizing that someone used a space gate to teleport this team here. In the origin continent, those who could use the space gate had extremely high levels of power, at least at the 7th realm of Tao Sovereign. The leader of this team was at the 7th realm of Tao Sovereign, and the other 8 were at the 6th realm, very powerful. After appearing, the team flew straight towards Lin Moyu and Li Guang, stopping only 1,000 meters away. Lin Moyu frowned slightly, sensing the aura of spirit beasts from these people. Realizing they were not humans but spirit beasts, he knew they must be members of the Eastern Spirit Empire. The leader glanced at the corpse of the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha on the ground, then looked at Li Guang. Did you kill him? Among those present, only Li Guang could have killed him. Lin Moyu, a mid-level heavenly sovereign, was directly ruled out. Lin Moyu also transmitted to Li Guang, telling him not to involve himself. Li Guang transformed into a human form. I killed him. May I know which team you are from? The other replied, I am Sang Shi, captain of the 3rd squad of the 4th team of the Empire, tasked with hunting down the escaped lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha. Which team are you from? Li Guang said. Li Guang, member of the 1st squad of the 3rd team of the Empire. Sang Shi nodded, not asking further. In that case, I will take him back to report. Today's matter will be reported truthfully, and if there is a reward, it will be credited to you. Li Guang said, thank you, Captain. Sang Shi ordered his men to collect the corpse, then took out a scale. The scale activated, and the group was teleported away, disappearing. After they left, Li Guang breathed a sigh of relief. Thank goodness they didn't suspect anything. Brother Lin, he suddenly noticed something was wrong with Lin Moyu, who seemed dazed. Brother Lin, what's wrong? After several calls, Lin Moyu finally came to his senses. Li Guang asked curiously, Brother Lin, what happened just now? Lin Moyu shook his head lightly, nothing. You mentioned the 3rd team and the 4th team earlier, what do you mean? Li Guang looked around, then used thunder to seal the area again. Lin Moyu also skillfully isolated the space. After everything was done, Li Guang explained, we divided into several teams this time to attack various races. The 2nd team attacked the human race, the 3rd team attacked the demon race, the 4th team attacked the Buddhist clan, and the 5th team attacked the insect race. Lin Moyu asked, what about the 1st team? And the 100 Herb Alliance? Li Guang said, the 1st team should be attacking the dragon race, led by the emperor himself. As for the 100 Herb Alliance, no team attacked them. It seems an envoy went to negotiate with them. I don't know how the lunar earth treasury ancient Buddha escaped. His luck was good, but it didn't matter. As long as he was in the eastern continent, he couldn't escape the hunt. He thought he had escaped and dared to come looking for trouble, but he was destined to die. Lin Moyu said, anyway, your revenge is complete, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Li Guang smiled, no matter what, I still have to thank you, Brother Lin. Lin Moyu waved his hand, no need to be so polite. Now that this matter is settled, I'll head back. While I'm away, please look after Yudao City for me. Li Guang patted his chest and promised, don't worry, as long as I'm here, the city will be safe. Chapter 2739, 2739. Chapter 2739, The Scale of Antares. After flying tens of thousands of miles alone, Lin Moyu returned to his secluded chamber through the origin spirit vein. The human emperor saw Lin Moyu return and wanted to ask about the situation, but Lin Moyu ignored him and went alone. This was the first time the human emperor saw Lin Moyu like this, not knowing what had happened. Lin Moyu sat with his eyes closed, appearing calm on the surface, but his heart was in turmoil. The scale that Captain Sangshi took out before leaving was a dragon scale. Moreover, Lin Moyu recognized this dragon scale. It was Antares' dragon scale. Lin Moyu was certain he was not mistaken, it was indeed Antares' dragon scale. Although the aura on the dragon scale had changed slightly, he was still 100% sure. After subtly inquiring with Li Guang, Lin Moyu learned that each squad captain had a dragon scale. This dragon scale was personally refined by the ruler of the Eastern Spirit Empire, allowing the squad to return to their base through the dragon scale. Antares' dragon scale, how did it appear here? The dragon scale here means Antares is also here. Has Antares escaped and come to the Eastern continent? Or has someone controlled him and used his dragon scale to refine treasures? Lin Moyu had many speculations. He felt that with Antares' strength, he should have come here voluntarily. The most likely scenario was that the Eastern Spirit Empire was related to Antares. It was even possible that Antares was the ruler of the Eastern Spirit Empire. But this was just a guess, and whether it was true still needed verification. However, if he thought this way, it made sense that Antares would lead the team to personally deal with the Dragon Clan. Although Antares was a member of the Dragon Clan, he had a grudge against them, so it was reasonable for him to personally take action against them. Moreover, with his current strength, he couldn't even get close to the Eastern Spirit Empire. Even if I reach the Eastern Spirit Empire and find Antares, it seems I can't help him much. If Antares wants to return to the Dragon Clan, he needs enough strength. I promised him back then that I would become stronger and return to the Dragon Clan with him, but now. Lin Moyu suddenly opened his eyes, showing determination and seriousness. I will fulfill my promise. Antares, if you are indeed the one in the Eastern Spirit Empire, wait for me. Lin Moyu left the secret chamber, looking towards Yudao City. The city was bustling, growing stronger every day. The population was increasing, cultivators were getting stronger, and fortune was greatly improving. Lin Moyu could feel that his own fortune had increased by about 30% since Yudao City was established. His own fortune was already strong, and with an additional 30%, he had far surpassed ordinary people in terms of fortune. Even those from top forces couldn't compare to him. At this rate, even without Xiaowu's help, he could reach the peak of fortune. Lin Moyu took out most of the flesh pieces brought back by Li Guang. The only pity was that the body of the Lunar Earth Treasury ancient Buddha was not left behind. However, he did obtain the nearly damaged Buddha bead left by the three-pupil-free Buddha. The immortal flames exploded like fireworks, falling on the flesh pieces. Origin level spell, Resurrection of the Dead. Ancient and vast power appeared silently, quickly regenerating flesh and blood on the corpses, and powerful auras emerged. Li Guang brought back a total of 49 pieces of flesh, with the lowest being at the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign and the highest at the 6th realm. Among them, 30 were at the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign, making up the majority. There were 16 pieces at the 5th realm of Dao Sovereign and only 3 at the 6th realm. Lin Moyu kept 5 pieces each of the 4th and 5th realm flesh, and 1 piece of the 6th realm flesh, using them as materials for corpse explosion and as his weapons. The remaining flesh was all turned into resurrected beings, giving him 25 resurrected beings at the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign, 10 at the 5th realm, and 2 at the 6th realm. Various demon clan members appeared before him, their flesh reborn, and their souls quickly reconstituted. Every time he used Resurrection of the Dead, Lin Moyu felt its wonder. He felt that the existence of this spell was quite unreasonable. How could dead people be restored to their original state? It was simply unreasonable. But Lin Moyu felt that as long as it was useful, it didn't matter if it was reasonable or not. Perhaps existence itself was reasonable. Among the newly resurrected 37 beings, the strongest was the Thunderlight Purple Striped Tiger. Li Guang had struggled greatly to kill it, and now that it was resurrected, it was even stronger than when it was alive. If it fought Li Guang again, the outcome would be uncertain. Besides the Thunderlight Purple Striped Tiger, there was another 6th realm Dao Sovereign Demon Clan member, a strong member of the Golden Lion Clan, whose strength was comparable to the Thunderlight Purple Striped Tiger. The Thunderlight Purple Striped Tiger was named Lei Fangzhong. The Golden Lion Clan member was named Jin Dezong. From their names, it could be inferred that neither was a direct descendant of their clans. In the Demon Clan, there was a peculiar tradition: any true direct descendant would have a 2-character name. Previously encountered Lei Hao was a direct descendant of the Thunderlight Purple Striped Tiger clan. Whether one was a direct descendant was determined by bloodline, not realm. Even if Lei Hao's realm was lower than Lei Fangzheng's, his status in the clan would be higher. The demon clan placed great importance on bloodline. Without a strong bloodline, it was difficult to reach the true peak. Lei Fangzheng, not being a direct descendant, might be limited to the 6th realm of Dao Sovereign, unable to advance further. Lei Hao, on the other hand, had the potential to reach higher realms in the future, which was the difference between them. Jin Dezong was in a similar situation to Lei Fangzheng. Lin Moyu brought these resurrected beings to the human emperor, who questioned them to gather information about the demon clan. He also informed the human emperor that he was going out, heading to the nearest major city. Since learning that Antares might be in the Eastern Spirit Empire, Lin Moyu had developed a strong curiosity about it. Coincidentally, he also planned to buy some information from the Lufeng Merchant Guild. There was still too little information about the Eastern continent. Before leaving, Lin Moyu left Lei Fangzheng in Yudao City. With a 6th realm Dao sovereign guarding the city, and Li Guang also helping to watch over it, there shouldn't be any major problems. Lin Moyu took the remaining resurrected beings with him. Under the sunlight, the Origin shuttle flew across the sky at an astonishing speed, heading towards the distant city. Lin Moyu's destination was a major city 1.2 million kilometers away, named Star City, built by the 7-star Holy Land of the southern continent. This city had existed for over 10,000 years, with tight defenses and numerous strong individuals, making it one of the main strongholds of the human race. Lin Moyu believed that the Lufeng Merchant Guild had a branch there. 1.2 million kilometers was not too far, and with the speed of the Origin shuttle, it would take only half a day to reach. The Origin continent was not peaceful, and Lin Moyu didn't know if any accidents would happen along the way. Fortunately, nothing happened this time. Half a day later, the Origin shuttle arrived near Star City. From a distance, Lin Moyu saw Star City. His expression changed slightly, as the Star City before him was different from what he had imagined. Chapter 2740, 2740. Chapter 2740, The Ruins of Star City. Star City, which should have been prosperous after thousands of years, weathered and full of its unique aura, was now in ruins, mostly destroyed. There was still life in the city, with many cultivators present. However, there were no true strong individuals left. The strongest person Lin Moyu saw was just an ordinary first realm Dao sovereign. Is this because of the Eastern Spirit Empire? Lin Moyu pondered as he put away his Origin shuttle and flew into the city. At this time, all the arrays in the city had been destroyed, and any previous rules were now completely abandoned. In the city, many injured cultivators were recuperating, meditating, and healing themselves. People were sitting everywhere, treating their injuries. The entire city was very quiet, with people coming and going, but not much noise. There were many people, yet it was very quiet, creating a somewhat eerie atmosphere. In the Eastern continent, there were many ordinary people, most of whom were brought from the southern continent by cultivators through the Rule World. Lin Moyu noticed that these ordinary people seemed uninjured. Low-realm cultivators also had relatively few injuries. On the contrary, the proportion of injured cultivators above the heavenly sovereign realm was very high. Lin Moyu sighed inwardly. If what Li Guang said is true, the Eastern Spirit Empire's actions this time targeted only cultivators above the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign. Then cultivators below the 4th realm of Dao Sovereign, as long as they don't court death, won't be in mortal danger. But what I see in Star City doesn't seem to be the case. What went wrong? As he walked through the ruins of the city, Lin Moyu saw a familiar emblem. It was the emblem of the Lufeng Merchant Guild. The building in front, now collapsed, was once the Lufeng Merchant Guild's building. Although the building had collapsed, people could still pass through, and Lin Moyu saw people coming in and out. Lin Moyu walked over, but was stopped at the entrance. The person who stopped Lin Moyu was a young man with a true god realm, his aura intact, clearly uninjured. He was very polite, first saluting Lin Moyu before saying, "I'm sorry, senior. The Merchant Guild was damaged in the recent beast tide and is currently under repair, so transactions are temporarily suspended." Lin Moyu took out his membership token from the Lufeng Merchant Guild, but the guild's arrays were damaged and couldn't retrieve his information. However, the golden membership token still indicated Lin Moyu's status as a high-level member. The young man's attitude immediately improved, as becoming a high-level member of the guild was not something ordinary people could achieve. Lin Moyu asked. I wasn't in Star City before. Can you tell me what happened? If you need to charge for this information, feel free to name your price. The Lufeng Merchant Guild could sell anything, including information. The young man quickly shook his head. No need, no need. This is common knowledge, and it's my honor that you ask me. He immediately recounted what had happened in Star City. According to him, a large number of spirit beasts had flooded in, breaking through Star City's arrays and destroying most of the city. Fortunately, there were several powerful Dao sovereigns in Star City who fought the spirit beasts, but the aftermath of the battle caused further damage to the city. The current state of Star City was due to this secondary destruction. Many people in Star City were injured because they were curious and watched the battle, getting caught in the aftermath. Later, the human Dao sovereigns realized they couldn't fight near the city and moved away, with the spirit beasts following them. However, these Dao sovereigns never returned. The young man's realm was too low to understand many things, and his account included many of his own guesses, but it was enough for Lin Moyu. The Eastern Spirit Empire, as Li Guang had said, did not target cultivators below the fourth realm of Dao sovereign. The city's destruction could be understood as the Dao sovereigns trying to defend the city, using arrays to resist the spirit beasts. Unfortunately, the result was not good, and the arrays couldn't hold. The arrays were connected to the city, and when they were broken, parts of Star City collapsed. At that time, only the outer city walls collapsed, and the interior was unaffected. The Dao sovereigns in the city had to fight, and the aftermath of the battle caused secondary damage to Star City, leaving it in its current state. Those cultivators who watched the battle out of curiosity paid the price. Some died, and many were injured, leading to the current situation Lin Moyu saw. Years of efforts by the Seven-Star Holy Land were nearly destroyed. Fortunately, the Seven-Star Holy Land had a deep foundation, and Star City was just one of their many strongholds in the eastern continent. Star City was one of their largest strongholds, but not the only one. Even though it was the largest, it would only take some time to recover. The most important thing was that the origin spirit vein beneath Star City was still intact, which was the true foundation. The Seven-Star Holy Land was vast and wealthy, and the loss of some fourth realm Dao sovereigns wouldn't cripple them. Lin Moyu also learned from the young man that the Lufeng Merchant Guild in Star City had lost contact with other guilds in different cities. The communication arrays were damaged, and they had asked for help, but repairs would take time. No one knew how long it would take. Therefore, the young man couldn't tell Lin Moyu which major city to go to next. After seeing the state of Star City, Lin Moyu guessed that other major cities had also been attacked by the Eastern Spirit Empire. It seemed that any city with fourth realm Dao sovereigns couldn't escape the Eastern Spirit Empire's attack. Now he could only hope that other cities' Dao sovereigns wouldn't defend the city like in Star City, leading to complete destruction. Leaving Star City, Lin Moyu once again boarded the Origin shuttle, heading to the nearest major city. The nearest major city to Star City was Luo City, belonging to an old six-star force from the southern continent, the Luo family. The Luo family had a special status in the southern continent. They were within the influence of the ancient Lotus Holy Land but were independent and not restricted by the ancient Lotus Holy Land. The Luo family had their own origin spirit vein, a 7th grade vein, slightly lower than the ancient Lotus Holy Land's 8th grade vein. The Luo family's history was almost as long as the ancient Lotus Holy Land's, and they had many experts. Normally, the ancient Lotus Holy Land wouldn't provoke them. Some said that the Luo family was like a country within the ancient Lotus Holy Land, capable of standing on equal footing with them. However, the Luo family publicly declared their allegiance to the ancient Lotus Holy Land. Moreover, many women from the Luo family joined the ancient Lotus Holy Land as disciples. The relationship between the two forces was very peculiar. Lin Moyu had bought detailed information about the southern continent's forces from the Lufeng Merchant Guild and had analyzed some results. The relationship between the Luo family and the ancient Lotus Holy Land was very complex, not as competitive as outsiders thought, but rather a relationship of mutual interest. If the Luo family ever grew to a 7-star force, there wouldn't be an internal war. Instead, they might unite against external forces to gain more territory. Luo City's scale was no less than Star City's. What Star City had, Luo City would also have.